Roger the announcer here, and guess what? Your favorite podcast is back. That's right. We plan on dropping plenty of new episodes to keep you entertained throughout the summer. On episode 88, we're joined by special guest, radio and TV personality, Peter Rosenberg. Whether you know him from Hot 97, ESPN, or WWE Wrestling, you know Peter is never short of opinions or great stories. We get into his album Real Late, as well as nerd out on all things hip-hop. You don't want to miss this discussion. We also have some new music for you on this episode from Ransom, Apathy, The Good People, Conway, Khrysis, and Lloyd Banks, to name a few. Hey, keep it locked to your favorite hip-hop podcast. Is locked even a thing anymore? Anyway, Roger the announcer out, here on Take It Personal Radio.
Yo, just relax. Y'all know the name. Take it personal. Right now you're tuned in to Take It Personal.
I'm getting ready to put y'all up on something, man.
The revolution is here.
No doubt.
Yo, this is KRS-One. Checking out the Take It Personal radio show.
Yo, check it out, y'all. This is DJ Premier.
Yo, what's up? It's Black Thought from the Legendary Roots crew, and you checking out Take It Personal Radio.
Yo, check this out. It's the Soul Brother #1 Pete Rock.
Yo, what's up? This is Diamond D representing Digging in the Crates right here on Take It Personal Radio, the best in hip hop.
You are now checking out.
Y'all know the name.
Boy Farrell Monch, you already know what it is. I want to give a big shout out to the Take It Personal show.
This is Chuck D.
This is Flavor Flav, boy. And you checking it out. Take it personal. So, yo, do that.
Right now you listening to Take It Personal. Spitting that fly shit, you heard.
Yo, what's up? It's Eric Sherman, the Green Knight Bandit, representing EPMD, here on Take It Personal Radio. This the truth.
Check them out.
Yo, what's up? It's the artist named Schoolie P. Checking out Take It Personal.
You're checking out Take It Personal with my people. Y'all care anymore about this hip hop, man? What you waiting for?
Ride a style on man. I'm like,
check it out, your boy MC Surge, and right now you're checking out Take It Personal. It's not a game.
Take it personal.
Alright, yo, ladies and gentlemen, right now, if you don't know what the fuck is about to go on, this is Take It Personal. With my boy full of flavor, Kevlar, Aaron, Roger the announcer, and DJ 360 with his stinking ass. This is Take It Personal, and we in the building,
Listen to the new son. Listen to the new son.
Look, thinking faster than a blink. After I smoke a rapper, pluck the ashes in his drink. Don't really care what rappers think, I bring it back to Cuban links. The flow don't go extinct. As far as quotas, I'm straight like ain't no soda in my drink. Drunk or power, I swear I'm fitting to throw up in the sink. Cop some sour, these coppers fitting to throw me in the clink. Like a mobster, Sinatra fitting to show up with the mink. Flow is bonkers, you rappers fitting to show up to a shrink. Therapeutic, assume them G's, I say near Judas, just shooters. Kindly step to the rear, Grand Poobas. For the coolest old schoolers since the suede Puma. And on my carriage begin with K, not K Jewelers. I make maneuvers, and for my family I make futures. Pipe full of smoke, now who wants smoke? I make hookahs. The same reason I don't take Ubers. New York State, I don't do statements on state.
Hey yo, the face mask is Louis. Uzi taped under the chair like the apocalypse. Come rock me if you dare. Capturing enemies, we sneaky. Camel suit, call it the glamour suit. Movie makers, Rosie holding nukes. The code name is Turkey Wings. Holding them hurt me things. Personally, I change kings, it's more dangerous. Rap game, we nasty. Stealth blast, the pens got hydrochloric acid. Spit in your face, hit your forearm smashed in. Yeah, we scare away in earth when it fire vocals. Comments coming, behold bro, we throwing glaciers. With chrome P9s on G-time, homie Shalal Lewis Rich. Peace sign, he blew the stills.
Ice cold like a Michelob. Load the nickel plated in the bands playing Nickelback. Michigan plates, mother load, this ain't chicken scratch. Kicking back, scratch and dent, this a different batch. I'm bagging chicks with heirlooms in their earlobes. Crown Prince, I'm heir apparent. Apparently, the suede trench, distinctive. Rockin' trinkets, the banks I frequent. Request the manager to speak with. You been delinquent. I'm drinking mezcal with freaks. out in Mesa Beach. My recipe, cook the beat like it's escabeche. Capiche? You fucking pansies, I'm buying land. I'm not the type of man you can rep a man. Understanding is the best part. Pardon ways, like a fool in this new money. Pardon my ways, I don't graze, I immobilize. I'm over guys, I'm getting paid to socialize. Champagne socialist, the leading vocalist. Showboat, not a chauvinist. Driven like a chauffeur, who dope is this? Rosenberg told me tap in, a woo banger. From Shaolin to Gun Room, next chamber.
Take It Personal Radio, episode 88. And let's keep that homage to the junk wax era going. Big ups to Dirt Dog out there doing the cover for episode 88, looking like them 88 Tops packs. Definitely brings back a lot of memories. And
Matt Noakes.
You know, someone else joins us on this episode, Peter Rosenberg, and we go down memory lane with him. And I mean, he almost could be a dotted line member of the show with all the different, you know, tastes. And
he nerded out for sure.
Yeah, don't step on my intro, bitch. Anyhow, between sports, you know, music, wrestling, etc., I'm sure we could have talked about Zelda and fucking Super Mario Brothers with the guy too.
Next time.
Hell of a guy, spends over 2 hours with us. We really don't have anything else to fucking say because between the interview and the music we're gonna play, it's gonna be a long show. So I'm done.
So this is our new music show. Very often we get the question of what's out, what's new that I can listen to. So these shows we do every once in a while where we pick some of our favorite tracks that are new. So we have on this episode, we actually have new music from The Good People. We have music from Vinny Paz, Apathy, Conway, Ransom, Skyzoo, Mach-Hommy. We got music from Evidence, Lloyd Banks, and of course, our special guest, Peter Rosenberg. We have a few tracks off his new album, Real Late. I think you guys are going to love this episode. We're going to get back to our 90s sweet spot. Trust me, we have a lot of cool shit in store for you this summer. But this episode, let's enjoy some new music and some great conversation with a guy who, like Kev said, could be an extended member of the show. He is our age. Well, not Andre, but he is Kev's age, my age. We like the same shit. So if you're a wrestling fan, if you're a sports fan in general, if you're a hip-hop aficionado, this episode you're going to love, especially the conversation. We have two great mixes, Piece 360 for throwing it down. I'm excited, man. And by the way, like Kev said, the artwork is killing it. No other podcast puts out artwork like we do. Peace to Adam. The 88 flip is amazing. I cannot wait to do the 89 and a few other ones. I have some tricks up our sleeve. Dre, tell them a little bit more.
Come on. Episode 88, which happens to be my favorite year in hip-hop. And despite tonight's episode, which showcases all new music, a lot of these songs have a slight nod to the golden era, which in my mind is the best era. And even though we can never replace the magic created during those special years in hip-hop, the music is about the voices of the culture. So let's make sure to celebrate the originators as well as the new generation carrying the torch. This is Take It Personal Radio, and this is what we do best. And by the way, my man Aaron's away with family, so it's my pleasure to take the honors. So watch Roger do his thing.
Watch Roger do his thing.
Thanks for joining us on another monumental episode on Take It Personal Radio. We strive to bring you the best on the dial and always appreciate the support of our listeners. Head over to our website and click on that Patreon tab to help make the cause go a little smoother. We pack you full of content and will never look back. Just pay it forward and be a part of the crew that brings you music, interviews, and timeless content. Now let's get back into the music and what we do best.
So yeah, my name is M-Ski.
I go by the name Sam.
And we are collectively the good people.
Yeah.
We are good people, but you can still get the hands, all right? Take that personal. You're checking out the Take It Personal show with Filler Flavor, Kevlar, AA Ron, and DJ 360. All right, let's go.
So sound the horns like a warning, like a loud wake up in the morning. Time to pay attention and get drawn in, and pull yourself away from the morning. Singing MC are good people with the beats and with the written. Not about the bullshit, hitting everybody off with that hip hop soulness. And showing anything and creators here with the gold. From the love in the States to international cosigns, we outline surrounded proper way to get down. You could do it like you think it should be, but that's a copy, not the actually, like a fact, and that's black.
Let's unpack that, remember back to when copy has got clown. If you ain't following the formula, you're shot down. My labels and listeners looking for fictional cinema. My signature on that cosign mixed like oil and vinegar.
Head cracking the mic in good trouble like John Lewis. Stand to represent for the real against the foolish. So not political, but firm with a voice. So you elect the good people to win? Great choice.
It's your boys from your favorite playlist. Reputation stainless. Never made a miss and still never became famous. It's still far from nameless. When I'm off hiatus, tell my haters all bets are off like COVID in Vegas.
So sound the horns like a warning. Like a loud wake up in the morning. Time to pay attention and get drawn in. And pull yourself away from the warning. Singing them still good people with the beats and with the ribs. Not about the bullshit, hitting everybody off with that hip-hop soulness. And showing anything and creating shit with the goal. So what's the use? Like the mask on your chin and not your mouth to keep the whack in. You're spreading Armageddon to the culture. This is very meant to insult you. Learn a lesson. I'm reeling from a deep gut feeling like an ulcer.
When I roast you, drop a rose and ghost you. My fan keeps the circle tight like Cosa Nostra. Heat without the toasters amongst all you murderers. Everyone's notorious, but ain't nobody heard of ya.
So not impressed, the stress from fake gun sounds. Put in your rhymes at any time, that's a thumbs down. Just beat them down with the bars to kill them. Or in the flesh, live and direct, cool, on to the next.
I'm bombing your set like Ellen Tay with the cry line. Mr. DJ put on something dope we can rhyme on and sign on to your Facebook and Twitters. And let them know the good people can swing it like heavy hitters.
Come on. So sound the horns like a warning. Like a loud wake up in the morning. Time to pay attention and get drawn in. And pull yourself away from the warning. Singing them still good people with the beats and with the ribs. Not about the bullshit, hitting everybody off with that hip-hop soulness. And showing anything and creating shit with the gold. I'm feeling horny, feeling the sample, man. I'm focused, bringing sight with a view just like a cameraman. It's what we need now more than ever. See the culture that we love now lasts forever.
When I flash the leather, I'm gold glove catching the beat. I bring the smoke like mesquite till the track is complete. The bass lines in the back of your seat, rather unique, so you can play back and repeat.
See, I was never cool enough or built for the block life, but overqualified, dependent power and rock right. For any places where the voice from my mouth reach, I keep my talents on hot like a South Beach.
From out east, New York is the territory. The struggle continues, never end the story. I'll be out in New Jerusalem if you're looking for me. Just sound the horn in the direction of my auditory.
Drop like a raindrop, making me pop. I hope it when you make the pain stop. Yeah, I got the remedy, but you don't gotta follow me. You looking for serenity, life is but an odyssey. Take you on the life path, don't wanna see a bloodbath. Kick it at the spar, much rather take a mud bath. Fire up a fat one, forget about the drama. About to clean your ass up, sacrifice a llama. What's the next offering? Believe in the unseen. I could show you how to make something out of nothing. Tell you one thing, better stay woken. Think about you joking, about to get your neck broken. While you're hoping for reprieve, none given. Homie, how you living while you tripping? Are you driven? Climbing up the wall, so you're climbing up the ladder. I don't wanna hear the chatter, do you even really matter? You could go with this one, you could get with that one. Fire up a fat one, better get with that one. You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Better fire up a fat one, get with that one. You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Fire up a fat one, better get with that one. You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Better fire up a fat one, get with that one.
Hey yo, live from the 718 side, I'm feeling it. So feeling it before I put a foot in your filaments. Fulfilling my fantasies, the fuck fake foes over. I only do live shows at the moment. Pull the curtain back on all pieces, leave them mortified. Whole shit is scripted when I was organized. Fusing them, I don't spit, I Earl. Put the earth on my middle finger, then twirl backwards. Now who's crazy shit back? Case basket, stick strychnine on your slip match, tip caskets. Spaz, mask and tape, get the ratchet. Rapid fire attachments, release mad shit. To rip through your Maybach, bitch, and hit gaskets. With your hate speech now, you little. Take that, yeah, take that. You could get with this, or you could get with.
You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Fire up a fat one, better get with that one. You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Better fire up a fat one, get with that one. You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Fire up a fat one, better get with that one. You could get with this one, you could get with that one. Better fire up a fat one, get with that one, that one.
Give me the rock like a crack whore. Blessing y'all with this track like throwing it up off the backboard. They pay top dollar to see you live and we pack halls. Something like this, Carter in his prime, that's a rap tour. Yammer between the legs, windmill and the tomahawk. Clowns better cool it down with all that your mama talk. Before I pop the trunk like white men can't jump in that llama spark. Or have them leaking blood from the spud. We got all kinds of hawks. Bigger ones than Dominique, rhyme unique. Through a snorking, let my gang do the talking when it's time to speak. Won't let nobody mess up my mistake. Less it's Rihanna, let me be honest, like Giannis, bitch, I'm a freak. My life's a never-ending highlights, so many wild nights. Malice at the palace, crowd fights, I almost died twice. People always ask me, how you got nice? Playing ball all day, then coming home to Seinfeld, the shrimp fried rice. Take my advice, better hide your bright ice. Brooklyn characters is shice, living in the zeitgeist with heights. Some big L shit, let me hear some snake ripping. Have them running, jumping over cars like Blake Griffin. Don't ever come from my clip, fam. Doggy, you better off moonwalking in quicksand. Make your life more miserable than a Knicks fan. Won't nobody see you ballin' like some from the 6 man. Shit, man.
I bring the pains with no method. I'm like a funnel with no exit. I pass through tunnels in gold Lexus. I hear the money bags calling like the bat sign. Spitting fat rhymes, I throw a curve, you end up flatline. I need the M's like Slim Shady. Super Bowl rings like Tom Brady. Stare at the ice and turn you to crybaby. These stones get to flaring up your retina. Come corrector, I split you to a trifecta. Checker, preparing for my pilgrimage to Mecca. Record well seasoned just like a dash of salt and pepper. Ketchup, you must have done slipped and fell on your head. Before you ever test the God, you better off being dead. I whip a miracle up, I'm a miracle. They hear my raps and start connected with the spiritual. Lace me up, I sent the wire number, cake me up. I let bank notifications alarm and wake me up. Yikes.
Oral sex with the district attorney. Screw what she say. All American on the block, no USDA. The legendary Mac Cheddar, straight breaded. Cut the carbs, do high reps, get shredded. I got grilled at home, so the toast I kept admiring. For the bread and the cheese, I was squeezed with the iron. 13 with a mason jar and some Jim Beam. Tell these children to chill, I'm still the illest work in the scene. Scheme, hit the turnpike for that Philadelphia cream. Goat, something I never had a fear of. So hello me's what I say whenever I stare in the mirror. Your records don't display any balls. Nude it, I'm looted with the looter. If Atlanta got the Gouda, you maneuver with the shooters from a desktop. I'm from the barrel of salt and pepper jack, my rest spot. King of the desert, Mad Max in the motorhome. With a sawed-off shot, you know Queens get the provolone. You know Queens get the provolone.
Hey yo, this is boy Belmont. Right now you're listening to Take It Personal Radio with your boy Philip Flavor, Kevlar, and DJ 360. You already know what it is.
Turn your back and they'll shove a knife in your ribs. A father raising a gun while his son is fighting a bid. Ironic cause he ain't really have nothing nicer to give. You live the life that you loved and you'll love the life that you live. So what's the price if you did? Love life but can't afford a club night with champagne taste. Money is Bud Light. You telling me to be negative, that's your blood type? It's hard to sleep in the bed you made when the bugs bite. I'm sleepwalking, I come outside when the streets darken. Try not to oblige when you hear greed talking. I'm Frank White, it's no plea bargain. King of my city, I'ma serve every damn fiend that I see walking. Don't be threatened, I teach lessons. Don't call me king cause every king suffered a beheading. It's 7 deadly sins, better preach reverend. I sever limbs with this sweet weapon. You better keep stepping, I'm taking off, I'll see you all soon. What's a mogul without his money? A soldier without his war wounds. I'm hieroglyphics in a lost tomb. These are the facts, if you the richest in here, then you in the wrong room. Shucking and jiving get you called coon. Yeah, we all goons, you a cartoon. You play a shark cool, I can get you harpooned. I talk to him like Malcolm under a dark moon. Harsh tunes, you want the smoke? I got all fumes. Yeah, a sharp broom like what God used. In too deep, no time to argue when your skin is a dark hue. Lil ill man got his heart bruised, and I'm John Q. Had to breeze when them arms drew. Yeah, known to squeeze like a mongoose. Alarm you indeed for this greed. Niggas harm you, think it's time that you leave. Don't believe, but I warned you, it's on you.
Invest our spending in cars and bikes. Collect our stimulus stars and stripes. We left our women with scars and gripes. In death our reminisce starving nights. Mama sent me to help out many to borrow some rights. Them jail bars, eminent guards and fights. Them L's authentic as Carl Knight. And they trending as Telfar Clemens and Charleston White. True anomaly, deeper viewers optometry. Numerology speaking through this autonomy. While elite is confused, tell Thomas McDonald we don't agree with his views, but we approve of his honesty. That Beretta too deadly left his head in shambles. Packing federal weaponry, shoveling mega manholes. Rather eating the culture, never even a short ya. Who celebrate when they see you 8 with 7 candles. Bahamadia, Heather B. Every queen should never have to question her pedigree. That's Kevin Samuels. Arisha ruler to a comedic G. My queen, a better you is a better me. That's Tevin Campbell. Why the labels embellish and why they never cancel. Propagated to skeleton why they selling scandal. Why the Reverend Rambos. Noriega probably a better commando. Schwarzenegger was Reagan's Rambo. Your blow stepped on, let show said known. Yo Connect in the Rolodex, Gomez Jones. He with 3 of his groupies give him co-ed chrome. Leave him with these little Uzis, give him 4 headstones. Gold chain sneakers, choose your battle in Juice WRLD. With Juice WRLD shallow and Cobain's deeper. The dope games ether, cocaine beepers. Coltrane peaks, the most sane speakers. The bro can't reach us, the woke can't either. Sleeping with soul trained divas, we post sangria. I speak for my quiches, my no-name chicas. Our folks ain't teachers, our dope can't free us. You 1,000 there at the register, never popped a tag. Your concierge never helped you out with your shopping bag. You not a real goon fam, you ever got to pass. You not a real Doom fan, you never copped a mask. Been 2-stepping since Jay-Z was yelling holla back. Produced records for Shady but never got the plaque. What I would retort is highly enforced, invite me to war. Smile in the court, then buy me a Porsche. Hoes colder than Debbie Allen, I might have divorced. Those poet than Edgar Allan who tried me before, who likely a corpse. Who reppin' the culture with Megan's toes is less of importance than Kylie's divorce. The psychology of a meth head. Titty licking the mozzie like I'm trying to be breastfed. My biggest fear is being sick with a problem. My children ain't proud of me giving an apology from my deathbed.
Free to turn a friend into an enemy. Turn a positive energy to a jealousy. You better be aware if you don't wanna pay the penalty. Don't play the game if you don't care about your legacy. You telling me? Check out my melody. Can't be my dog if I ain't sure about your pedigree. Hope these words are sticking to you like Velcro. Money can't buy you love, but it buys you everything else, though. Whoa. Check out my melody.
Yeah, I'm so deep in these streets, playing with baboons. Back to the corner, I'm scratching just like a raccoon. Ain't even past noon, bitch, got in the bathroom. M. Militan is the teacher up in the classroom. Jump in the hack while I'm routing the Manhattan. And I'm doubting the man pack, and I'm bouting my hands scrapping. I done been through many battles in life. Found the meaning while I'm scheming, so I'm rather precise. Fuck your ice, pussy, give me 40 acres and mules. Know the meaning of a 30 out, you niggas is fools. I mean, they walk around malicious, killing kiddies in school. I used to walk around, shot it up, keeping my cool. I'm so thorough, chick on my hip like an apparel. I move through a Ladolo on a solo to your barrel. These bullets flying past me, niggas is trying to blast me. Still classy, that's the reason I dress flashy. Last week I was trying to figure out who did it. These niggas slid through, tinted all up in the Civic. I'm smoking that exquisite, I'm hoping that I'ma get it. Provoking while I'm with it, these jokers are trying to set it. I'm strolling through the Badlands, acting like a madman. For can't forget the mother street was trying to grab grands. Them Ricans hiding they stash under the trash can. Niggas always slurring their words because they had Zans. I know a plot with 6 dirt, 6 feet beneath it. So palms in the air, empty your pockets, keep a secret. And I'ma keep it decent, it happened just as a recent. I seen them choppers flying and they swarming us from the precinct. We ran down the railroad tracks, all through the bushes. A 3 to 6, if we get caught, they try to push us. I ran like a runaway slave, headed to Texas. But they ain't never catch us, we pulling off in a Lexus. And now they know the meaning of leaning, promethazine, and keep a nigga scheming and running down with my team. And yo, run it down. I'm hearing whispers from a demon. Why your ass is steady leaning? Pull up. Slanted posture like a mobster when I stagger back. This is swagger, gold dagger, red, green, and black. Rubies, onyx, and emeralds upon the general. Sublime lines I got. The minerals within the tentacles. Moving traffic, heavy package with the bare essentials. Sort them out on every route through the residential territory with them boys that bang them hammers for me. They watch the door while I record up in the laboratory. Whole position, my description in this category. Still a Mac, a 40 player who will rap a story around a bitch lot. This ain't no wristwatch, that TikTok. The game is gridlocked by disc jocks. Arbitron rated, I hate them. I'm staying on the block with the Alfred Hitchcock. Underhanded slime, they out there, they all over the streets, check it out. Rain pouring on the asphalt, war and assault, it wasn't my fault. I came across the plot to pop me in the black Renault. Out in Paris, the rhyme savage, the baggage, Moroccan hashes, some Cassius Clay pouring the Ebonade. Nardé Plume, Maylay Sparks with the escapade. With Hatties rockin' Burberry, absinthe and lemonade. We in the second phase of life, nigga getting paid. Pipe stitching the cabrioles while I'm twisting haze. Rich flooded, I'm gutter, still drinking night train. Davidoffs remain blazed in the ashtray. Cash money in the fast way.
Yo, check it out. This is Rashid, aka Maylay Sparks, co-chilling right now on the Take It Personal radio show with my man, Philla Flavor, Kevlar, DJ 360. And yo, for the record, my man never took it personal, holding it down. Word up, real hip hop forever, 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 forever.
Yeah. Packs in the mail, packs on the road. Connect FaceTime, said he just did the last of my load. The shit on my neck that come from the packs that I sold. I never went platinum or gold. You still fuck with him and you know he a rat and he told. Love when a nigga talk stupid, cause that's when shots went down and he clapped at his pole. Trust me, that doesn't bode well for a nigga. It's gonna be victims. I'm a street nigga, boy, you know the difference. Hand around the throat of the rap game and I'm bold constricted. My soul is missing. In the top spot, I got soul position. Man, this hoe is tripping. She think I wanna taste the pussy. I ain't tasting shit like a COVID symptom. I'm a social
Look, I got no resistance with a Colt 45 gold edition. I'm a dope magician. Niggas disappearing if I hear him dissing. Killer engineering, killer nigga mixing. In the 6 niggas still flipping Nixon. Second strike, they finna Billy Clinton. Red and white, he got the blues. Turn them into food. Everybody grip a biscuit. Running lights inside the city limits. I'm excited. My little shouted, she the shit. And we inside of something simple with suicidal. Finish the sentence. Door closed, chop the head off a chicken. Morse code if I'm talking, I'm clicking. Lights flicking, tell him hold your position. Money motivated, mind on the mission. Straps in the lap, in the pack, got a lock on the back of the cabinet doors. I lit a match for the torch in the game for the real niggas only. The fake get exposed. Scraping the plate, breaking the bowl. Making the shake, taking it home. I'm in the A with the K, so come on if you crazy. Cold ass world going out, guns blazing. Fuck what you niggas saying.
Going out, guns blazing. Cold ass world, niggas get done flagrant. World gone mad, even my son bathing. I'm in my bag, nigga, I'm done playing with you. Getting rich outside like it's based in the 80s. Spot jumping like Tracy McGrady. 10 chains on, niggas face looking crazy. I still get a paycheck from Shady. Yeah, I got my reasons, yeah. My little niggas is demons, yeah. They pull up and shoot for no reason, yeah. I got my reasons, yeah. I got my reasons, nigga. I got my reasons. I got my reasons, yeah, yeah. I got my reasons, yeah, yeah. I got my reasons, yeah, yeah. I got my reasons, yeah. I got my reasons, yeah.
You so thirsty, you drinking poison, nigga. You ain't gangster, stop kidding around, bring the toys in, nigga. Luda's your daddy, you should be happy I'm giving you playtime. But none of you rappers could see me, not even if I was to pick up on FaceTime. You wasting time, hating on another nigga when you could be making money yourself, ho. Featherweights, I make them levitate, get spanked with the heavyweight belt, ho. Oh, and the crowd goes wild. Creed 2, tell them throw in the towel. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, like Rick James, have a coke and a smile. Fuck your couch and your whole existence. You leaving your family and the kids defenseless. Headed to an early grave, now you dead and broke. Life beat them senseless, get it? Bow down to rap's dignitary, cause Luda always been a visionary. I always knew you was a bitch, so I just read your obituary, nigga.
Yeah, I got my reasons, yeah. My little niggas is demons, yeah. They pull up and shoot for no reason, yeah. I got my reasons, yeah. In the days.
As a kid, I studied rap, sat in front
front of my speaker. Dead broke, went to school, they were fun on my sneakers. Bag hoes past notes, right in front of my teacher. Mom picked me up, don't sit in the front or she'll beat you. Rappers hated me, haters couldn't front on me either. So nice, almost got shot in front of the fever. And all I ever wanted was some fronts in a Beamer. In the days when you could get confronted for feelers. Where the Jordans are pumps, you could jump for your sneakers. So I kept the whole trunk full of pumps and Ninas. What a motherfucking genius, selling these features. So slick, bitches thought I had telekinesis. Had hoes on deck, kept my hoes in check. Was like Dracula without poking holes in their neck. I show respect anytime me and the homies connect. Got a chauffeur to the shore, someone show me the check.
I was a terror since the public school era. I was a terror since the public school era. I was a terror since the public school era. Since the public school era.
Back in the days of
the public school era.
Back in the days of
the public school era.
Back in the days of
the public school era. Since the public school era.
I was a terror since the public school era. Used to tag up on the public school mirror, get a bathroom pass, make it last for the period. Fuck every class except math, cause it's serious. Used to transport in my transport, getting home, do my homework and knock my grams off. Suspended for a fight, then I'ma be gone for a week. Think about how many blunts could I light. White hour in the orange box cutter. I got this new leather, I be selling rock butter. Homies don't talk, but they letting the Glock stutter. I heard you talking tough, but I know that you're not gutter. I was a terror since the public school era. Smarter than a nerd, but stronger than Kemp and Terror. When the box bands had the big acid terrorists, I was kinda young, but I knew what the good fellas. Ghosts.
I was a terror since the public school era. I was a terror since the public school era. I was a terror since the public school era. Since the public school era.
Back in the days of
the public school era.
Back in the days of
the public school era.
Back in the days of
the public school era. Since the public school
I grew up amongst OGs, excited to let a clip go. Raised on marijuana, OE and Cisco. Half Caribbean cat, grew up on Calypso. I get it from my block, all my niggas is schizo. Anything goes, we so spiteful. Money, hoes, clothes, and motorcycles. Stolen cars, pull up to school, live back then. Because accurate legends was the shit back then. Mouth full of gold teeth, fuck the police. Sergio Chiscini suits, rockin' Elises. Lieutenant on the block, getting cream back then. Fuck you talking about, dog? I had a team back then. Running wild with my mans in them. OG, boom, bang. Sugar Shack, Billy Dance in them. Since a youngin', I've been thuggin' with the llama. So send your mama some flowers, you already know what I was.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene. I used to have the tray deuce and the deuce in my bubble goose. Now I got the Mac in my knapsack, lounging black, smoking sacks up in axe and sidekicks with my sidekicks, rocking fly kicks. Honeys wanna chat, but all we wanna know is where the party at.
Yo, 1 2 1 2. This Pack Pistol Pazzy, Pistol Gang Pazienza, otherwise known as Vinny Paz, Jedi Mind Tricks representative. You're checking out Take It Personal with my family, Filler Flavor, Kevlar, and DJ 360. You know what I'm saying? Keep your ear to the street and keep your eyes peeled.
Here's to all who came before me, made a young man dream.
Yeah. The heroes in my home wasn't like yours. Portraits of Genovese over the light doors. My pop spoke highly of Giuseppe Dovi. Told me about the wise guys over macaroni. My Uncle Rudy was a Don in the 50s. Real greaseball shit, I'm talking about the guineas. Can't forget my Uncle Mickey. He the first one to show me how to shoot a blicky in a jiffy. Then Angelo Bruno would run the city. The docile Donald immigrated from Sicily. It was Uber Cruise, but they was sloppy. Chicky he shot my Uncle Bobby. Did they retaliate properly? He got booked and dead 30 years choppy. These were the men that I was enamored by. The type of man that my whole family glamorized.
All the men I held up high, people I admire, were the gangster times, all the dope fiend kinds. Guys with guns and overcoats, or die from overdose.
said my life wasn't the same as you. I worship Brian Wilson and all the things he do. The drugs he would do hardly conceivable. Schizoactive and wasn't treatable. David Ruffin was a coke fiend. Collapsed at a crack house around the dope fiends. We played in my stride when he died. One of the greatest singers of all time. I was intrigued by the darkness. Hearing Frankie Lyman sing was catharsis. Found dead, needle in his arm, 25. Fuck around with Most High, pay a heavy fine. Sinatra was a womanizer, Jimmy was a junkie, but they was inspiration to me, I'ma keep it funky. Phil Liner drank himself into an early grave, but I was still playing all of his records every day. I love Cliff Burton, muffled tones. Why did I gravitate toward the troubled souls? May Allah forget their sins, grant them Jonathan. Your life was worth living if you left it pure.
All the men I held up high, people I admire, were the gangster types, all the dope fiend kinds. Guys with guns and overcoats, or died from overdoses, made an impact, man, shaped of every man I am. Here's to all who came before me, made a young man dream.
Ha! 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 Nigga, ha! Shit. Oh, shit. Now we gonna do it. Ha! Yo. Lyrical miracle singing Negro spirituals. We all the way live while you niggas is pitiful. You sure they wanna ride till she reaching the pinnacle. See it all up in the face, ain't no need for subliminal. Moving in silence, all you get is a visual. General be the squad, my nigga check for the interview. Smart dumb niggas never keeping it simple, dude. Hoping you get a clue. The fuck you finna do? What? You know we gotta get the green right now. Like a hungry pack of wolves out on the scheme right now. Fucking up the whole scene when we blow like loud. Motherfucker, you ain't live, you just sit your ass down. This that shit that makes somebody stand up. Get your life together, nigga, fix your plans up. Ain't no room for no pump faking, nigga, man up and stay up on the grind so you can get the grands up. No static, my style is automatic. Too much of anything makes you an addict. You went and stuck it out for a nigga, so I grabbed it like another opportunity. You know I gotta have it, gotta go get it to them. You know they gonna want it. The people are fiending, baby, go ahead and get up on it. No need to worry about it, got it covered like an on. And this the start up of your ending, motherfucker. This I want it like that, y'all. Ha, ha, ha. Nigga, ha.
Yo, the black Rocky Balboa flow, take a power to school. Models from Colorado, swallow my cock, follow the bobblehead. Toggle the joystick, joggle the juice, lick clitoris, split the lotto ticket, then goggle the goal. Let's get it poppin', poppin' bottles, whoppin' with top-notch women, rockin' Movado, watches, jockin' the crew. City diddy bob, bitty itty bitty titty committee, watch the 10, we come through. Lord knows this man is bananas, they can't stand them, the plan is to ban them from radio bandwidth, and if so cameras, the fans will put their damn hands up. And any battle, anybody who ran up, slam them. The God Tahim and Khrysis, the tandem. We banning them seas and holding they seas for ransom. Name three more casters more handsome. You're about to get Roc Marilyn Manson. No makeup though, to wake up show bars and break up your face and make your broad shake her waist.
Ha! Ha! Negro spiritual. Look, bodybuilder with bars with a phenomenal pull. Avalanche rap, call me abominable. Brandish the strap, the poncho fabric is wool. Bullets swollen in a cartridge, bitch, the ratchet is full. Ignoring what you talk, cause what you yapping is bull. Incapable and inflatable, what you capping is bull. Nigga, you can't rap, you wanna rap up a bull. Go play the gram, don't raise your hand, I'm unslappable bull. Comply, I'm going with your mask, but I'm a maskable bull. The way I breathe underwater, unfathomable. Watch over rocket, they get it slip. Nigga, you got kush, leave him with speed knots. Loving the way we bop, pull him a few blocks so he could cop. He pulled me over, but he a rookie, a feeble cop. Don't be aggressive, don't even do what you need to stop. They be the same damn thing, same campaign, and be the same damn plane. Niggas throwing up both of the same champagne. We don't fly on the same damn plane. Got the key to the weed spot, got the spot in the street lock. Protect myself with a mean lock. Move strong with it, the boom gon' get him to lay, nigga. In the street stop.
Yeah, what up, world? It's your man Edo G, live and direct. And you checking out Take It Personal with my peoples, Filler Flavor, Kevlar, and DJ 360. Y'all ain't saying nothing.
Let it roll.
Get bold.
I just can't hold back or fold.
Cause I'm the man with soul.
In controlling effects of what the heck?
Rock the discotheques.
And this groove is what's next.
Attack.
React.
Exact.
The Mac will move you with.
A strong song as long as you groove to this. We keep the crowd live when you hype.
2 damage on stage.
And injure the mic.
As I shoot the gift from C-stand sip.
While my mom stick to you like Jippy and Jip.
Feel my blood fists on my death kiss.
The rap soloist, you don't want none of this. Supreme in this era, I reign with terror.
When I grab the mic, believe you're gonna hear her.
Fascinating rhyme.
As I enchant them.
So let's all sing the Big Daddy anthem. Go with the flow, my rhymes grow like an afro.
I entertain the gain and cane, I never have
no problem. I can sneeze, sniffle, and cough.
Even if I stutter, I'ma still come off. Cause rappers can't understand the mics I rip.
They sure enough ain't equipped, that's why they got flipped.
But my apparatus is up to status. Don't ask who's the baddest. Of course that is
the maker,
breaker,
taker. My mom's ate the head, put it to bed.
So watch what's said. Save the bass for the pipe and rearrange your tone.
Or take a loss and be forced in the danger zone.
Cause I can kill and kill at will.
Teaching a skill that's real,
you know frills. Just stand still and chill as I build.
Sign side drill until
my rhymes feel.
Don't even get up.
The teacher is teaching,
so just shut up. Set it all. Set it all. Set it all. Now break loose. Break loose. Rappers take a step back,
or you will regret that.
You ever had to confront me,
and you could bet that I come correct,
perfect and full effect.
Disconnect,
dissect,
eject
as I wreck shop.
Stand in command with the clan, caravan or van.
We go man for man,
and without further ado, any delay.
Mr. C, as we say,
call him the DJ.
Bad Money Murph
with the triple M.
Smooth barber,
keep on my flat top trip. School brother,
my brother,
scrap lover, dancers of the crew.
So allow the boys to smother the floor
and enjoy just for your pleasure.
As the microphone lord proceeds to get raw,
acrobatic,
Asiatic,
rap fanatic. I get dramatic
and rhymes start flowing automatically
on me.
So don't play me, obey me. When asked who's the best,
you better slay me.
I'm sending sucker MCs headed north.
And if you still want some, set it all.
For you to cope, just a wishing to hope.
And if you are what you eat, then feed me dope.
Cause I'm just about as dope can get.
Ultimate legit, Kane is a perfect fit. The king of my kingdom, completing the cipher.
The lyrics I bring them keep the crowd hyper.
As I release the masterpiece,
the groove will never cease
until Kane says peace.
So, Insight, yo, hit it.
Big Daddy Kane's
about to come with it, cuz set it all. Set it all. Set it all.
Now break it loose.
I got it.
Set it off. Set it.
There ain't no games, fuck nigga. Nobody playing with you.
Set it off.
Look. Trash bags on the sticks. Homemade ski mask, I spaz when I flip. Hurricane wrist, man, glass getting whipped from a half to a brick. Had mad niggas sick. Niggas mad, I see it all in their faces. Their stomachs start hurting when I pulled up in that spaceship. Had them niggas hurt. I might drop a bag, had them niggas murk. And that's if I don't clap them niggas first. Dash through sacks to get a shirt. New pair of T's 600, I had to get it first. You know the fly, I had it fully automatic, get to work. It'll be tragic to see your favorite rapper in the hearse. Rest in peace, nigga. You just a rapper, little homie. I'm a street nigga. Get your shit bust to the white meat, nigga. Mix the sour with the keef, nigga. Any issue, bitch, we squeeze liquor. Machine, nigga.
I don't wear ball mains, niggas. The grip can't fit up in them jeans, niggas. I'm from the era of the crack spot. Where fiends suck your dick for a small rock. The 90s renting. Brooklyn Buffalo drug rings. Respect upon respect. Big up your chest, it's the machine and the tech. Got a few shooters in the Uber, nigga. Chopper so big, look like they blowing tubers, nigga. Pulled up through the sprinter door with the new stick that you never saw before. I finger fuck the trigger, homie. The look on his face said it's death until he know me. I said, please don't ever try me, nigga. God is good already, beat one homie, nigga. New bucks on the construct. Tell these young bucks, boy, don't press your dumb luck. Handful of waves, no part. Your ass niggas full of shit, no heart. Sweatshirt Javon, you know the rest. That gorilla and that glue beating on my chest. They say they want that old tech back. Trust me when I tell you, no, you don't want that. I don't wear ball mains, niggas. My grip can't fit up in them jeans, niggas. I'm from the era of the crack spots, where fiends suck your dick for a small rock. The 90s renting, Brooklyn Buffalo drug rings. Respect upon respect. Big up your chest, it's the machine and the tech.
Get live. Get live. Get live. Break them down.
Everything on heavy water on your prop bezzy. Name my Prezi rock steady. My confetti is a blend of blueberry. Too many crosses on my line. New celly. Can't even snuff a nigga. Lane too ready. What pocket change you buried? Some words are strong enough to get your fam touched. Serpent ass nigga. Slither right out your handcuffs. With total opposites. How could you understand us? Pockets in the drought yet flooding your Instagram up. WCW rams us, lyricist delivery, Roberto Duran punch. My aura illuminates the room, Louis Vuitton balloons, Banco back to revving up the goons, movie time resumes. I send them shots in the medley, Uzi round kabooms, bury me a fucking king, custom jewelry out my tomb. You sleeping on me, made your bed up, can't reroute the doom, can't be out here dying over coon, floozies out the room. Around the way you never know, everybody won't like you, you gon' have to let it go. Gotta find a better road. Shit on all your facade, rocks on the better gold. You can leave here in a second, yo. Built me forward, I'ma never fold. We gon' always be respected if a nigga cross the lines we drew. Early exits.
Yo, what up? This Roc Marciano. You listening to Take It Personal Radio.
You fucking with the genuine article, fly nigga. I'm looking like genuine in the article. You been a Tom, bitch, I been a Don. I resemble an image of God, dependents on tier with rock my laws. I admit I started a renaissance. Got all these artists on the same shit I'm on. I should talk at a seminar. Your lyrics send me hard. You ain't gotta give me the nod. I know I'm the big dog in the yard. Not only did I lift the bar with the bars, I really did sling hard like Nicky Barnes. Minus the fish, you got fishing parts. You still a bitch at heart. I'm on the yacht fishing in the pond. Who knew the arm could lift 6 sextillions? I'm really just superior to y'all with no jury on. Spit on your Richard Millie, I'm a demigod. Big bitch looking at me like a chili dog.
Sparks and spirits. A lot been going on this year, man. It's been pretty wild. Came through to drop a quick jewel on you real quick. Hey yo, in a world full of Winthorpes and Billy Rays, I wouldn't trade places with anybody. I'm really paid. An album called Classic hit 1 million plays yesterday. I'm feeling great. I'm building a brilliant base to kill the game, but the game ain't the same. Things done changed. Biggie Smalls was a prophet. Niggas lost and the object is this dumb fame. The mystery is gone. No love for history. Trickery was born. It really ain't no honest victories no more. COVID killed the possibilities of tours. It's a shame for the fans. All these new artists they won't get to see perform. Wearing masks is the norm. Now everybody wanna be mock. I'm back with the storm. I'm finna rain off of these drops. The black ZZ Top the way he rock. Beat the block with the underhanded lay to the rim. That 23 shot is Flair Jordan. So you won't catch me in no Reeboks. I'm at the weed spot, blowing steam like a teapot, dog. It's grind over chatter and mind over matter. Our brains slowing down as the time going faster. Every day a new tragedy, the pain won't numb. I keep cooking like Sam, cause the change gon' come. I said it's grind over chatter and mind over matter. Our brains slowing down as the time going faster. Every day a new tragedy, the pain won't numb. I keep cooking like Sam, cause the change gon' come.
By the river, in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' change. Oh, yes it will, yes it will.
Man, the game's so dumbed down, they they just aim those guns. So much rain it start to feel like it ain't no sun. I still call my dog son, cause he shine like one. Shedding tears in the dark until the limelight come. I'm trying to figure shit out, but it ain't clear. It's plain weird, man, how we lose Kobe and gain COVID in the same year. I'm stressed, seeing grays in my beard. Thoughts in my brain scared that one day I'ma go crazy and let that flame air. That's why you niggas rarely see me on the local scene. A lot of y'all is brainwashed. We don't have the same goals or dreams. On social media all day, just posting memes. It seems like the people screaming the most that they won't be sleep. I'm only having convos with my folks a team. Compare the streams, we ain't in the same boat, you see. I'm floating over the peanut gallery to a higher salary. The flyest in the entire galaxy, cause it's grind over chatter and mind over matter. Our brain slowing down as the time going faster. Every day a new tragedy, the pain won't numb. I keep cooking like Sam, cause the change gon' come. I said it's grind over chatter and mind over matter. Our brain slowing down as the time going faster. Every day a new tragedy, the pain won't numb. I keep cooking like Sam, cause the change gon' come.
Yo, it doesn't make me more of a man till the man around me understands me more. That's a chore and it stands. You get the upstate bus, your car in the van, ride or die. Just leave me my portion in grams. All I needed was some sleep on the shot and a big pie. Tell them niggas we on the rise and they can't hide. If he took a seat in my ride, he stayed live. I could count on 4 fingers, one will never make 5.
I'll leave them fools like heroin in your nose.
Yeah, as cautious as I am, they never thought of running in the apartments that I ran. See, I got them out of it. Y'all was in the jam, now the more that I understand, my young men have become men. And don't be a dick sucker. When I was out in the streets eating, I missed supper. Yeah, it got cold and jam. The upstate bus or the car in the van, ride or die.
And now, another exclusive interview here on Take It Personal Radio.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. We have, man, this guy has like 5 jobs, at least 5 jobs. He's on ESPN. He's on WWE. He's on the Yes Network with Michael K, which is obviously ESPN. He's on Hot 97. We have Mr. Peter Rosenberg. What's up, Peter?
Hey guys, how are you? I'm a special guest, not as special as other guests you've had, but I'm a guest.
You're a guest nonetheless, but you dropped a great album, so that makes you kind of a special guest, right?
You know what? Those words that you just said are true.
Yeah, and no bullshit. We've all listened to the album. Real Late just dropped. It's before we kind of get into it, let me just first say I think the art of curating and sequencing music, it's a lost art. I think compilations, because maybe labels don't view them as marketable or profitable, they've kind of disappeared, right? But you're kind of resurrecting it, and it's like reminiscent of, say, what Ruckus did with Lyricist Lounge or Fat Beats used to do with their compilations. I did on a lot lower level than you, the League of Our Own, where I curated talents, and you're doing it in today's music. I would say it's really hard to have a compilation in today's market, but what you put together, I think, is going to, one, change the minds of a lot of people about compilations. And also it showcases an array of talent where they may not be familiar with a lot of people. Obviously, Griselda is a name that everyone knows, but there are so many other names. When you have something sandwiched with like Homeboy Sandman or Mayhem, like I said, you're really showcasing talents that may really put people onto new music.
That's something I've sort of been hearing recently that I didn't think of much, which is that a lot of the people that I speak to, who are people like in our sort of age range, and like on Spotify, I look at like the ages that I'm reaching, and I think the number one demo is like 25 to 34, but there's a good amount of 35 to 40, and I think there's a lot of people who, let's be honest, if they're not as nerdy as us, you know, me who's made it my life, you guys who have a really well produced and a podcast with listenership, like you really are committed to it. If you're not that level committed, you have kids, you grow up, you hear what's on the radio, you might think some of it's okay, something, but like you don't have the way to do the work. I think that is a lane for me that I didn't realize was getting to put on adults who are busy to good music. You know, I didn't think about that beforehand, but that's kind of where it ended up landing, was like, hey, there's a lot of good shit. And let me lure you in with names from your childhood that you love.
You know, if it wasn't for this podcast that we're doing, I would be so disconnected from music because of what you just said. We had families, we have kids, and, you know, we were very spoiled in 1992, 93, 94, et cetera, right? And hip hop degraded, right? I mean, I don't think that's, you know, I don't think that's news to anybody. And what you just said is helping, you know, kind of lure people back in our age range, you know, 35 to 45, and curating that and putting it all together.
But not only doing that, you also bridged, you know, the golden era into, you know, what's happening now. So, you know, you're going to get a lot of different audiences that are only into maybe the Griselda thing now, and they're going to say, hey, you know, Ghostface is on this, and you know, I can also appreciate Mayhem. So you're bridging two cultures, two different eras, and I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It turned out it's one of the. It's definitely. I think it's probably the best thing I've ever done in terms of an idea that I had, seeing it through. You know, it's different too. Like radio shows and podcasts never end. So like, or they do. Oh. And when they do, it's abrupt and you're not handed your flowers at the end. It's like, you know, so, and you're constantly putting out content every day. So the project doesn't come to an end. This is like a finite project that you do and you release it, and here it is. And with that, there are some like weird highs and emotional lows for someone like me who has like, you know, ego problems. But there's also a really good feeling of being like, no, it's complete. I can look at it right now as what it is, and I feel 1,000% confident that at the very least, it's fucking dope. Like I think the very baseline of it is like you listen to it and go, there are a bunch of joints I like on here. And on the best case end of it, if I happen to hit ears very similar to mine, I think I gave people kind of a forever compilation that they'll always listen to and be like, yo, this shit, I just let it play. It's got great shit on it. And hopefully it lives with people the way like some of my favorite soundtracks or mixtapes do.
Yeah, I mean, the most common question that at least we get is like, you know, what's good music to listen to? Because this is a 90s centric show. So we play mostly either obscure 90s joints. Occasionally we'll do new music. This episode we do. But this compilation is like the epitome of that. Like you want to know what's good and who's like you should be checking out. Check out this album. Like Ransom. I know he's been around for a while, but it feels like this year, he's really making a name for himself, if that makes sense.
My angle with Ransom was like, I know he's making a comeback, and the last few years he's been creating a buzz again. And it just so happened that he dropped right as I put out my project. He also is featured on Banks' album right as I put out my project. It ended up tying together really well and giving him the push, a push at the perfect time. It's like there's an inherent quid pro quo to these albums that is like the whole thing, right? Like, I mean, that's sort of the one thing that like, I guess it's like people don't want to talk about it, but it's like the very obvious thing. Like Tony Touch, Pete Rock, Funmaster Flex, DJ Khaled, me, anyone. There's a quid pro quo that is a part of this, which is like either I'm going to support you or I already do support you. Will you jump on this project for me? Because I wonder how many times in history it's done for the money. Like I'm sure when you get to the level of like a DJ Marshmello, you know, electronic music where they're putting out massive singles featuring like Doja Cat and Janelle Monáe, where it's like, okay, someone just got a huge bag. But I think even in the case probably of a Drake and Khaled, where Drake just delivers Khaled 2 singles.
Yeah.
My guess is the money's very secondary in that conversation. That is like hey, I have a couple of Lucy's. I fuck with Khaled. Khaled's always fucked with me. It'll be a good look. I don't have to drop this on my album, but I can kind of just get this out there with a name that matters. So everyone's doing that, right? And that was a really long way of saying, like, even in the case of Ransom, we play off each other. And, like, and to me, one of the best looks on the album is the intro with Vel the Wonder, who to me is like a real standout on the project. And she's the first voice rapping on the project. And I have put a lot of eyes on her because she's the first voice you hear on the project. But to me, she's so fucking dope and going to be so out of here. And I am so clearly the first person of any, major import to give her a look that even that is quid pro quo. Even that is like hey, I'm going to get you a lot of ears, but guess what? You pop off and you're going to make me fucking look great.
La 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 with the good time flow. Think about my bitches and the good time hoes. Time will tell where the good time goes. Real rowdy at, we gon' let the good times roll. I'm mistaken, my baby, she acting real crazy. Bombing on a Sunday, Monday, she acting real lazy. Come back with no shoelaces, more blue faces, more crew cases. Hey, she smacking real ladies. Grilling the greenest block, welcome to the chronic. Sports skills, samurai, pull katana out the comic, yeah. I'll make them sick, marijuana out the vomit, invigorating my skin, terracotta, cop the tonic. 2001, still Dre bumping the miles of sun. Explosive, now most of them got the gun. The next episode is where the rival begun. Now to be one, you need to survive and count of the funds.
Real hip-hop shit.
So everyone's doing their part. And, I guess some people would look at that as like, sneaky ass record business. Shit's always foul. And it's like, well, not really. It is a business.
It's how it works. One hand always washes the other. I know you've done radio. I remember your name, Chevy Chase, Maryland.
Yep.
When I was reporting the hits and who was it? And Urban Network, and that was so I know all the Lee Cadena and Ness. So I remember back in the day. I mean, you take care of someone and they will take care of you, and I believe that's how it should be. Now, I'm not saying you should take care of someone and play their records if you truly don't believe in their work.
Yeah, I had this exact conversation with a friend of mine, and he was kind of asking for advice, and he was saying that an artist is kind of pushing their artist, the artist that he knows is pushing their artist onto him.
Okay.
And their artist is like, okay. And they wanted to be featured on something or whatever. And this guy doesn't know the business that well. And I said, okay. I said, is their artist whack?
Whack.
He said, no, they're fine. And I said, okay. And has this person been there for you? And like been there when you've asked for a look? And he's like, yeah, every time. I'm like, well, then you give their artist the look. If they suck, no, you say you got to come with something else. Yeah. But if they're cool, you just don't know if they're a star. That artist has made good music that you like, and they've done right by you. To me, that is no moral quandary. That is, and by the way, think about how many artists we love and we know as a result of them being another artist people who other DJs were like, yeah, sure, I'll play this shit. Rifkin sent it to me. This person, and they ended up being artists with albums that nerds like us loved. Mm-hmm. And that's all they were. It was someone's boys. Mm-hmm. They weren't the world's greatest artists. They were cool. And guess what? They got put out one body of work. It was dope. It featured the other artist who you liked. And that's it. And like, to me, I have a really strict rule. I've never taken money for a record. I've never played records I don't like ever in life. I'm comfortable telling people this isn't the one, come back with something else. Mm-hmm. But I have no issue acknowledging that the way all of this works is like, to me, any business in the world, you act like a good person who looks out for other people that are nice and kind, and those people do the same. And like, honestly, that's my entire career. And those are real friendships and relationships that last a long time.
I was going to say, I think those are the best relationships because they're genuine and they know that you've been there from day one. And people don't forget that. I mentioned earlier Mayhem because he's like an extended family of the show. He's been on the show like 3 or 4 times. Now, he's a guy who I absolutely adore. I think he is I think he's likable. I think he's charismatic. He is funny. And he's a great lyricist. And I think sometimes people tend to look the other way, maybe go like action. But Mayhem is so good. It's kind of like reminds me of the whole Raekwon and Ghostface thing for earlier on.
You want a Mayhem Loren Funko Pop. All right, we get it.
The point I'm trying to make is he's always been good to us.
Yeah.
And in return, we've always showed him love on the show. So seeing him on your album was really cool. I know your brother was was into. He was like a manager or something like that. Because I remember talking to him years ago when I was doing my compilations. It was like critically acclaimed or something like that.
Yes. My brother and I both worked for artists.
Okay.
We worked with Low Budget out of DC.
Cy Young. Okay.
Critically acclaimed, Kev Brown, Odyssey, Ken Starr, Sean Bourne, Camber, IQ, Roddy Rod, and DJ Martial Law. And, we had a crew in DC, and my brother and I kind of served as management as best we could, along with Quartermain, who was in Critically Acclaimed. So yeah, my brother is still a music lawyer. Right now, my brother did Banks's project. My brother's a client who he's been with the whole time, who's doing really well now, is IDK, who's out of Maryland as well. Okay. Originally JIDK, now he's just IDK. So yeah, my brother's still in the music business as a lawyer, and yeah, we did that portion together, and I mean he's my lawyer as well. So yeah,
I would make.
We both took the rap thing pretty seriously. Yeah.
So take us back a little bit before we talk about what's going on now. So for the listeners that may not be familiar, if they don't like wrestling, if they don't watch sports, if they're not on, listening to Hot 97, take us back to Peter Rosenberg. What got you really into hip hop? I know you're from the East Coast. We're all from the East Coast. We gravitated towards that lifestyle, that culture. But what did it for you? What was that pivotal moment, that album that really changed everything for you?
Well, it's hard to pinpoint the first album. Like there are different little firsts, but I think the easiest way to probably sum it up was in like 1987. I started hearing hip hop for the first time. Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince became a gigantic thing. And my brother had friends in like middle school who were also into rap, and they started getting more into rap than I was. I was 7, 8 years old. And so I started hearing more through my brother, watching videos, etc. And then when we would go to New York to visit my grandparents in Queens, we would record the radio. We started recording Marley Marl and Red Alert. I shouldn't even say we. He did. My brother did. And I would just sit there listening with him, not as into it as he was. I was just younger. And so my earliest memories of like hearing something like super exciting and cool to me were these early radio shows of Red Alert, Truck Chill Out, Marley.
DJ Marley Marl.
What we're going to do right here is go back.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
WBLS.
The easiest shorthand thing to say that kind of really solidified my where I am today would be that I won the cassette single for So What You Saying by EPMD on Marley Marl's radio show. Exactly.
Funny.
And I won the contest, and I said that I was from Maryland. DJ name became PMD, which it remained all the way until I got on Hot 97 at 27 years old. PMD was always my DJ name. And that was a pretty solidifying moment. And, then in middle school, Doug started digging in deep to Native Tongues and DITC. And that was sort of it.
So being that was the early stage, I mean, could you recall, you were in DC, but what was your first hip hop concert experience that you kind of remembered as like that one for you?
Oh, that's very easy because I didn't go to a lot of concerts as a little kid. So the first concert that is like etched in my mind, and I believe it's the first rap concert I ever went to, was Tribe Called Quest's Midnight Marauders tour. They played the University of Maryland, President's Day weekend, February 94. It is the greatest. I referred to it, always up until I got married, and now I'm divorced, so it may have taken first place again. As the greatest weekend of my life. Let's see, the order was, I believe, Saturday was the Sadie Hawkins dance, and I went with the girl who became, in like that moment, became my girlfriend of the next 6 years, who was so hot and I was so like, I'd been in love with her for a year. And like, we had like our first real legitimate hookup the night of Sadie Hawkins on Saturday night. Sunday morning, played in a rec league basketball game, scored 18 points, felt so good about myself.
Against Joe Smith?
Yeah, he was actually at Maryland at the time. And then that night at Maryland at Ritchie Coliseum, my parents dropped me and my best friend Ben off, and we were the first ones at the door. So it was general admission.
Hi, kids. Hey, Mommy, can Daniel come for a ride? I really like your car, Mrs. LaRusso.
So we're also the first ones in the front row to see Tribe perform Midnight Marauders front to back, which I had been listening to at that point constantly from November through February. I was such a lunatic that night that I remember, you guys remember, of course you do, because you're hip-hop loving white boys of my exact age range. You remember the old game hats that had like the bars?
Oh, yeah.
The team name in the middle, a bar, then the school, and then the game logo on the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had 2 of those that I wore that were like for Tribe. I had a green one that said Tribe, which was William and Mary University. And then I had another one that was black and red, South Carolina, and just said Dogs, DAWGS.
That's some nerd shit.
I mean, different. I held the Dogs hat up so long that eventually Fife hit me with a, yo, I see it. You're good. Like, put it down. Like, you're good. You're good. Like, enough. So
you're fucking up the camera angles, kid.
Yeah. So that was it. That was the first concert, that Tribe show, which I'm so happy in retrospect because they are my all-time favorite group, and that was the first concert.
See, and I told the guys,
Great story.
We probably have so much in common. Tribe, my favorite. I think Wade. I don't know about Wade's De La, but you're Tribe, right, Dre?
Tribe, PE. I mean, Public Enemy was a very hard thing. Public Enemy was very important for me when I was in college.
What I'm getting at is I've asked everybody on the show, from Black Thought to I think Pharaoh, Low End Theory or Midnight Marauders. And I only bring this up because you just brought up Midnight Marauders, which to me is like a religious experience. You saw that live. It changed everything for you. To me, it's a perfect album. There are classic albums in hip hop. This one is a flawless album, front to back to front, no skipping. So with that said, gun to head, Low End Theory or Midnight Marauders?
Well, Syph and I have talked about this for as long as Juan Ep has existed. Syph and I have argued about Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders because Syph is ardently Low End Theory, and I wouldn't say I'm ardently Midnight Marauders, but my answer is Midnight Marauders. However, just because I like being contrarian and you feel so strongly about it being Midnight Marauders, I can see the argument as I get older for why Low End is a more cohesive body of work. But for me, the more meaningful for my life is Midnight Marauders.
And I think everyone says, listen, Midnight Marauders is a more cohesive and a depth-related album. But the stripped-down best version of Tribe is certainly Low End Theory. Simple, bass, drums, raps.
I think the Low End Theory had the better songs. Midnight Marauders is a better overall, more enjoyable project.
Musically, it is better, though, if you break it down.
Peter and I think, are the same age, so is Kev. A little bit up there.
I'm a little up there. I'm almost 50.
You Low End Theory was like that hitting point for us.
It was good, 93, man. It was very different.
I'm a firm believer that 93 is my favorite year. 88 is probably the best year.
88's mine. So
93 is my favorite year. 94 is the year that had the most classics out of any year. And I think 95 had the best singles out of any year. But 93, because of Midnight Marauders, because of 36 Chambers and Doggy Style, I don't think there's been 3 albums that have been as important to hip hop, that have changed the landscape.
Yeah.
That have had the longevity, the impact, the influence that those 3 albums have, which is why I think 93 which is why 93 is my favorite year.
But you might be right, but I also think you have to bring in the element of video, and video was so powerful in the 88 realm of things, and it really, we didn't have the visual medium earlier. So it just added so many layers. That's all.
Peter,
you know what was real special about Midnight Marauders is every time I'd listen to that album, I'd always have the CD in my hand, looking at that cover art and just being like, "Oh look, there's Cool Mo D. Oh look, there's Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's is that Trugoy? Yeah, that's fucking Trugoy." And then you find out years later that fucking Puff Daddy's one of the heads on that thing, isn't it?
I think it out like 5 years ago or something.
You guys never saw that? I always spotted him there.
I didn't spot it. I don't think I knew for the longest time, and then I never looked back. But all right, getting back to my question, because we're talking about Midnight Marauders, and I kind of want to push it to you because I feel like sometimes people like tiptoe around this. If you had to pick your favorite year, 88, 93, 94, 95, what is it and why?
The only thing that's upsetting about this conversation is it makes me realize that even though inherently this podcast just is culturally influenced by Juanette, it makes me realize you haven't listened to it, because we've had that argument 1,000 times too. But I'm honestly not offended. I only started listening to your podcast literally the last few weeks, but not because of this actually. Someone else, our boy Double J actually put me onto the podcast just as a thing of interest. But no, I argue, I say 93. So I've been saying 93 for years. Like that's my go-to thing. Okay. Is 93.
And by the way, I've listened to many of One-Up episodes. I mean, I would say
I know, but I need to hold you listening to all 300 episodes.
Things change. Like when you get older and you have families, you got to.
Dude, I've never listened to 300 of any podcast. So it's absurd. It's an absurd radio ego thing we have that it's like, if anyone missed one thought that I have, it's like, I guess you don't care about what I do.
And if you like to hear yourself talk, then you could easily say it could be 93 one week, 88 one week, 94 another week. So it is what it is.
I will give you your flowers now since you're looking for it. I will say
I'm always looking for it.
Your show and Combat Jack, along with obviously Stretch and Bob, have really been the driving force for many podcasts and was extremely influential for ours. So there's no doubt about it.
Well, I appreciate it. It would suck if not, because I listened to it and I was like, wow, this is like a good polished One-Ep right here. When I was listening to the G-Rap episode earlier, and I was like, yeah, I wish that we had. I can't say I wish. It wouldn't have fit the same way. I admire the way you guys do your podcast. I'll just say.
I would say listen to. By the way, peace to Double J. But I would listen to the Redman interview. I would say that goes down as one of the greatest interviews.
And
I just listened to a clip of it, and I could tell he was in a very chill space.
So open.
He's the best. Man. Yeah, and, I'd like to get him on the next one.
So Jay was just talking about your show. So when did it start, and what got you guys to actually do it? What was the conversation? Because Jay and I had a conversation about this show, how we started it. I would like to know how you guys started yours.
So we started doing the radio show first. Ebro hired me and introduced me to Syph and said, we're going to put you on this early morning weekend show to start seeing what we have here with you two. And I was like, okay, because I had just been hired to do the late night show, and I was totally happy to just be doing a late night Sunday show on Hot 97. That was all I was good. I was good. But he was like, so we want to put you guys together on weekends and see what, happens here. So he puts us together, and Syph and I start doing Saturday and Sunday, 5 to 7 a.m.
Damn.
And we didn't know each other. So there's some disagreement about who said first, and Syph isn't the one who says it. It's between me and Ebro, who claims credit for everything, though he deserves a lot of credit in my life. I believe I said, let's do a podcast. And I don't think really Ebro was particularly aware of what a podcast was either. Syph certainly wasn't. And he said, Syph's like, what's a podcast? I'm like, after our show's done, we'll just do another hour where we just talk about whatever the fuck we want to, instead of having to do these condensed breaks. And it'll be a way to get to know each other. So when you go back, for people who have them, and listen to the early episodes, it's two strangers just getting to know each other. It's sort of the beauty of the whole podcast, because it truly is. Syph and I are truly an odd couple whose only commonality, like at the beginning, was love of hip hop. Now, as time went on, there was other commonalities, like Syph loves like Jewish humor and like, Seinfeld, Larry David, all these other things where we do connect. But in the beginning, it really was just, a Puerto Rican from the Bronx who was in it, who was working at Fat Beats, on the road with Lil' Kim, Funkmaster Flex's direct underling guy, and then me, outsider, who was like, I just dream of being there. I get plucked there. We have to do a show and get to know each other. One-Ep was just a mechanism for us to get to know each other. And then one day, and he'll remind you anytime One-Ep gets mentioned around him, Elliot Wilson was at the station, and we were like, hey, you want to jump on our little podcast here? And Elliot has the claim to fame of being the first guest ever on One Epstein, because we hadn't even thought about having guests yet.
It's cool.
And then after that, we were like, oh, well, now we can do the guest thing. So whenever artists showed up, we do something. We'd say, hey, can you jump on our podcast real quick? And that was sort of our cheat code for starting One Ep. And that's why our guest run of the first couple years, I mean, at this point, I'm guessing like the Drink Champs guest list is probably hard to argue with. Combat, God Bless the Dead, he developed a pretty dope list. Rap Radar's done a lot of interviews. But that first couple year run for One Ep, from maybe the beginning of guests through like 4 years later when we got Eminem and Jay-Z, that was like a pretty special run in hip hop podcasting.
That was the golden era of podcasting.
Yeah, well, no, except not the golden era of listenership.
Yeah, right, of course. But you got people to actually get on the show who are unattainable. That's the greatest part.
Yeah, we because of the radio and because we were the first thing they'd ever heard of. I mean, now any guest who's desirable or been offered a gazillion podcasts.
Sure.
Which is amazing, right? Because it opens the space for podcasts like you guys, where you were able to start something and turn it into something. But the hard part is, from a booking standpoint, getting that leg up, unless you're fucking Nori, who had his own cheat code of being a rapper who everyone liked.
Of course.
So unless you have a cheat code, Syph and I are back to, we started over again when we started doing One Ep again during the pandemic. We're back at ground zero. We're just a couple of guys who do a podcast.
But you've been a part, it seems like, of so many podcasts. Like you were doing something with Tyson, the Bite the Mic or something a few years ago, right?
Yes.
You're like the Jamaican Jew. You have like 8 different jobs. How many podcasts have you been a part of over the course of the last few years?
You hear that, you lazy layabouts? My boy got 14 jobs.
Well, the Tyson one that's a tough one for me, because it was ill-fated because of my terrible then radio agent. Terrible strong. He's a fine guy, but
you already bashed him.
Yeah, I fired him, and no one on earth should have hosted a Mike Tyson podcast but me, right? And the reason, or more than me, I should say. And I had loved Tyson my whole life. I had tried to make a documentary about him. Like, I was a big part of my life. And I'm a radio guy. And one day Tyson comes in with his wife, Kiki, and we do an interview, and we're sitting there. And afterwards, Kiki just goes, Mike, Peter should be the guy. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, we're doing a podcast. You should be the guy. And I was like, yeah, I should definitely be the guy. She's like, yeah, well, we're just doing it with Mike's agent, so-and-so. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's my agent. And she's like, oh, perfect. So funny sounds perfect. Of course, later it frustrated me. I'm like, so who are you going to get to do that podcast, motherfucker? Because you never said shit to me. Mike's wife just randomly thought of it when I was sitting in the room. So the podcast ends up starting under a business model that I knew was just not sustainable for the way they wanted Mike to work. And like, I got to spend time with him.
Yeah.
I love him. We have a great relationship. You see how it's working for him in his own studio, high as a kite.
Yeah.
That is it.
We would move to Vegas. And
we would do these travel days where we'd have to do 4 episodes in one day in a radio studio. It wasn't a plausible plan. That said, that was still another childhood dream, though, that I got to be Mike Tyson's co-host for a while.
Crazy.
But you got to hear his show and think, damn, that should be me, not Evan.
That's one of the great struggles of my life. It's so sad when you think about it too. It's like the fucking title of the book that Donald Trump's niece wrote about him. Too Much and Never Enough, which is a phenomenal book title and a phenomenal book that I highly, highly recommend. And obviously I am not, I'm not Trump level psychosis. However, you know, I have these ego things that are hard where, like, even though I've done so many amazing things people would dream to do and my career seems amazing, yeah, it's constantly like, why not me? Why not me? And the last 2 years, actually, since my divorce, I've gotten a lot better at not doing why not me? Because when that was me, I was like, anything but this. Just anything but this. Like, my life was so good and I didn't know it until it imploded. And that allowed me to have a lot more appreciation for all the great jobs that I have. So I try not to look at Tyson's podcast and think like that should be me. And let me be clear, like, I couldn't handle getting high with Mike that much. Schedule wise, it would still be really hard because doing it in LA. Yeah. Listen, do I think that I understand Mike's psyche so well because I'm such a nerd fanboy and know his career so well, and I'm a broadcasting pro. So, like, yes, I am the perfect guy to do it. And we have good episodes that we did, but I got to do it. Like, so yeah, it's not the biggest version of it existing. It happens to be the wrong version of it, but I did it, and I have these amazing memories of, dude, I have sick, amazing times where I just got to kick it with him. Yeah, I'm sure. Which for me was kind of like a childhood dream, as odd as that is. And to answer and to make a short question, a really incredibly long answer, I also started the Joe Budden podcast with Joe.
Wow.
And yeah, no, that's another another career misstep.
It seems like, God bless Joe, because he always finds a way to bounce back, but he has gone through so many different opportunities, it seems like, in the last few years. But, you know, God bless Joe, because Joe is one of the few people that does not mind saying what they truly feel. And it kind of leads me to my next question.
Good point. Yeah.
You're on Hot 97, right? You have a lot of ears, a lot of eyeballs on you. And now you mentioned, you know, the ego and stuff like that. I ask because I'm often wonder, do you feel yourself watching what you say more than you should because of your outlet, the fact that you are a tastemaker and influential and all that stuff, and it comes with a price, though. You know, I've also seen you get crucified over the littlest things. I've seen Ebro get a lot less crucified over some of the bigger things. So I'm curious because, look, we're all white in this room. We're not on the global stage like you. But I do wonder what it's like when you are talking to people or playing music that maybe you just can't get behind, or maybe you feel different, and it's okay to feel different. But do you catch yourself saying, I want to say this, but I can't? Kind of like the way Stern is these days versus how he was unfiltered many, many years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely... Are
you getting high right now?
No, I'm actually rolling a cigarette, not weed.
Damn it.
I don't smoke. I wish I smoked more weed. I just get, I'm one of those guys who kind of aged out of it, where I smoke occasionally, but it has to be like the exact right situation. Certainly not a weeknight. I'd be like stuck awake all night having crazed thoughts. But so much so that, like, today, one of the fun things we've done during the pandemic is we do an awesome job, in my opinion, recapping the versus battles. And it's a really great listen. Like, if I was me in my car and, like, I missed the verses, as many people do, I'd be like, yo, it's so cool that these dudes play every song, talk through what's better, like, we really nerd out. Like, it's podcast like, honestly. And we do it on the air for a full hour. We do it from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock the day after versus, the whole hour. And today we did Trina and Eve. And I came into it being like, yo, there's not enough Trina records for us to talk about. And everyone agreed that was the case. But I'm the person who on the air wants to be like, yo, I love her. She's cool. I think her style, looking back on it, is unique and dope, and she's super influential. She's beautiful. She's charismatic. Like, I fuck with Trina. She's dope. I love that she's around. But, like, I'm not from Florida, and I know a handful of her songs. So when we were going through the battle, these records would come up, and I'd just be like, nah, fam. And even that, in the YouTube comments, I stopped looking. I was just getting absolutely fried. And I'm not saying that someone else wouldn't get fried. But yeah, I'm the easiest to fry for sure. And the younger people are, the less they know my credentials or care about my credentials, the more they want me out of there. And then I had a thought for the first time ever in my life today. I was talking to someone recently, occasionally people will talk to me about, have you thought about a book? Like a book, something people do in media for a long time, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't know what the book would be. I haven't accomplished enough in my life that I'm writing my life story yet. Like I hope to get there to where I'm like, it's time, but I don't think it's time for that. So what would my book be? And I had the idea the other day. I was like, the truth is, people in my position, what you'd often want to write about is relationships with other celebrities, like with celebrities. But at the same time, I don't want to write a gossip book. That's fucking whack. Mm-hmm. And I forget how I came to it, but I was going through all the different feuds I've had. And I'm like, that's an interesting book.
Very.
It's all of my feuds, chapter by chapter, person by person. And so today for fun, I started trying to write down as many as I could that I could remember. And I got to like 13. And these are almost all people with like very few exceptions that are more prominent than me.
Sure.
And so it made me realize, I'm like, wait a second. If you think that 70%, let's say 75% of the hardcore fans of all these people don't fuck with me because of that adds up to a lot of people. Like, it's a lot of people who might not fuck with you.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you think that is? It's not, I don't think it's you. I think it's, unfortunately, you have to almost tiptoe when you're white we're a guest, right? Isn't that what Lord Jamar said? We're a guest. We have to acknowledge that, and that's fine. But when a guy who is outspoken, who has opinions, whether it's you, whether it's Rappaport, whether it's Search, whoever it is.
Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker! Who the fuck is this kid?
I think you have to tiptoe a little bit because you'll get crucified. And
you're a guest. A guest inherently is welcome to leave.
But I think the labels that get associated with people, whether it's you or whoever I just mentioned, are sometimes unfair because you are a scholar of this. You have put in work. You appreciate the culture. But immediately it's either cancel culture or a culture vulture and things like that. And it's like they immediately dismiss all the stuff that you've done for decades upon decades to get you where you are now, to be saying what you're saying. But that said, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're white and you say something, there is a different way of where people look at you. When Action said something nonchalantly about Ghostface on ESPN, do you remember how he got roasted? They're ready to cancel him. Yeah. Papa Wu, rest in peace, was ready to put out a hit on him. And then you had a lot of people not liking Action. So I think it doesn't matter who you are. As long as you have, you're white, you really have to watch what you say.
Well, that's what the contract is. That's the way I look at it, is like, if you want to be a white person who contributes, makes money, I have a whole life because of this, right? Like, I have a New York City apartment and, an expensive New York divorce and all these things that, because of the success that I've had in this field, even if all the money didn't come from it. And in fact, it's not anymore the biggest amount of money that I make. It's still money that I make doing the morning show, right? If you live as a part of that culture and you are a guest of it, you're signing up for the fact that the standards for you might be slightly different. And I look at it like it gives me an interesting, okay, let me be very clear. Again, to your point, because I have to say this exactly right. I choose to do this. I am ultimately a 41-year-old well-to-do white man who came from well-to-do white people. I could leave this and be okay. This is all a choice. This is all privilege. I'm super grateful for it. So ultimately, I could never confuse myself with someone who is black in this country and has not chosen what their circumstance is in terms of the color of their skin. They have a certain level of treatment, unfair expectations, rules that are different for them, all these things because of the color of their skin and where they happen to be born. I don't have any of that. But by choosing to live in hip hop, I get to sort of walk in this world where I'm like, yo, it's hard when you have to double think everything you do. And so I actually look at it as sort of valuable. Again, not making an apples to apples comparison, because I could always walk away from this, though I would be crushed to do so. I could always walk away from it and be physically okay. That's not an option black people have in America. But it does give me an insight. So like, are there days when I feel frustrated? Like, I'd like to say X thing, but if I say X thing, it's not going to come across the right way. Yeah, sure, it's annoying, but like, my life's great. My job's great. So you chalk it up and go, I have to work in this field that I've chosen to be in. I have to work extra hard for credibility.
This is the business we've chosen.
That's a choice that I made, and I'm fortunate to be able to do it. But to answer your question, yes, like even with the Trina thing today, I'm like holding back because if I act too critical, I know the way it's going to be received by people's ears in the morning is like fucking Rosenberg. God, of course you're hating on Trina. And it's like, no, I'm not hating on Trina. I'm just being honest. People don't remember her verse from 1 Minute Man. They remember the fucking Luda verse or the Jay-Z verse. I'm just telling you the truth.
That's the truth. But here's the thing. If you as a broadcaster want to advance what you want to be about, it's very difficult. And I think that's why you live in your ego, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always trying to push. Look, if you're on the radio every day, you're not going to just fucking tiptoe around shit. You want to push, and you want to
that's the only reason you get anywhere.
Absolutely. You want to make waves. So I guess that's why I want to get to my next question, which is, you've been on the radio a long time. Hot 97 is an extremely important vehicle, whether it was from the old generation or the new. Please talk about your favorite and your least favorite guest and why.
Can you say that?
Least favorite's hard. I mean, I'll keep it, I guess, to like hip hop, because I have so many political guests and shit that are equally tied as my least favorite, because Ebro loves a political interview. And I like a political interview, but he's surpassed me in terms of level of interest. He's super deep. And I'm deep relative to most people, but relative to Ebro, I'm like, bruh, can we skip this one? I don't care who the comptroller is. Even though it's a very important job. So in hip hop, I mean, there's so many great ones, way more great ones than, not. I mean, I have so many just amazing moments with all of our heroes. And then, moving all the way up to new people, that one up with Mac Miller a couple times, which now in like retrospect, I'm so grateful for that time. People that I was getting close with at the time that we did the interviews, like Mac, like Asher Roth, like Donald Glover, people I really considered to be friends. And got to interview them in a time when they were like having a moment. I love interviewing people in a moment, There's a video, I think the oldest video interview that exists of me at Hot 97, because there's some that exist pre-Hot 97, but the oldest, like most shitty looking interview at Hot 97, besides my Summer Jam sort of recap video, which was my first day, was I interviewed Prodigy like 4 days before he was supposed to go to jail.
Wow.
And it was supposed to be, I'm pretty sure, will not say 1,000, pretty sure I'm the last interview Prodigy did before he went to jail and the first interview he did when he got out of jail.
I was the first interview he did out of jail.
Well, where was that?
The Troy blog. Do you remember the Troy blog? You actually asked me for an omniscient record.
Oh,
many years ago.
I do remember that. But hold on. He literally...
His wife conducted the interview, if that means anything. He didn't do an on-air interview.
He showed up, though. This was not a video interview or anything. This was literally just live radio.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know.
This was in jail, I should say. Yours was post-jail.
Yes.
But this was his first interview.
Time talking in jail, and his wife conducted it.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Gloss was sending them kites between the jail cells.
Way to totally take the oomph out of my answer while yours wasn't even the same thing. I mean,
I want to know who the bad guest. Everyone knows the great guest, but you're sitting on a pile of shitty guests that you have to say, you know what?
Or rubbed you the wrong way, something.
I don't want to talk to that guy anymore.
I mean, the Kodak interview was really bad. It sort of became famous or infamous because he walked out after like beefing with Ebro. But really what happened was he was a dick to me and Laura. And after he was a dick to me and Laura, you know, Ebro was like, all right, we're going to wrap this shit up now.
What the fuck y'all talking about?
You seem upset that I brought it up.
I feel like sometimes when niggas like we going through shit, like y'all be entertained by bullshit. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like change the subject. I'm finna walk out.
We'll change which subject?
Just whatever. Like.
Well, I was saying, I think
we don't have to talk about nothing else. We could be done right here.
All right, I'm going.
By the way, that's a great example of like you just can't fucking stand the internet sometimes. Like Ebro got crucified for that interview because and we talked about this before Kodak came in. We were like, we have to mention the assault charge or we are not credible.
Doing your job.
And in the era we live in, for us to have a guy up there for an interview and talk about his music and whatever bullshit we talk about and not mention what he was accused of, assaulting a woman, we are now complicit to some degree.
You have to. It's like a guy wearing a toupee. You got to acknowledge it every time you see a guy with a toupee on.
So it has to be done, or you just look like you're all good with everything. Ebro brought it up, but he's like, yo, I know you can't talk about the details, but I hope at some point, because we take this very seriously, and I'm sure you do too. Like he wasn't unkind about it. He actually was kind of helping him out. But he brought it up a second time, and I'm sure it's a very sensitive thing for someone going through that. And people puff up their chests, and you know, Ebro will puff up his chest with anyone. Like he's not gonna back down. Not in his studio. Like that's just not going to happen.
He's from Oakland, right? He got that Oakland, mentality.
It's not going to happen. Like it's one of the funny things about sort of the positions that him and I play. And you talked about people treating us differently. The fact is, there's an unsaid part of Ebro is that people will talk so much shit, but when you physically are around him, you're only going to talk so much shit.
Yeah.
Ebro's probably 6'2", 6'3", 240. And in good shape, constantly working out, like you're just not going to talk that shit the same way.
He's like King's son of radio.
I always think of King's son.
Who was a guest that you either grew up listening to or really admired? A rapper that maybe not that it was a horrible interview, but it just didn't go the way you had.
Oh, he would never remember this.
Yeah, and
I now love him and consider him a friend. But one of my first interviews with Q-Tip was a fucking disaster. It's a bad phone line.
It's a very
frustrated.
I want to hear.
Didn't know who he was talking to. Started being a dick. I was obsessed with him.
Well, of course.
Yeah, it was a phoner on election night. It was like an election night phoner in 2004, and it was an utter disaster. And it's, by the way, I know this sounds like bullshit that I'm like, I just had another realization, but I just did. One of the great moments of the Obama presidency was that on election night 2008, Syph and I went into the station and hosted when it was clear, like it was close to when it was ending. We went in to go like celebrate live. Mr. C came in and mixed, and he was crying on the air with us. And Q-Tip called me that night in 2008 off the air, and we like cried on the phone as friends in 2008. In 2004, we had this horrible, awkward, like just weird disconnect. I never would have thought when I interviewed Q-Tip the first time that I would end up having like such a long-term relationship with him. We did not connect at all.
But it's funny you say that because it sounds like I've never met Q-Tip. Let me just say, but it sounds like a lot of people that I do know that have had an encounter with him was similar to that, where it was a little off in the beginning for whatever reason, and then once you kind of get to know him, he's a cool cat.
Oh, it's 100% true. I mean, you know, Aries is my sign.
He is the Studio 54 of the interview. I think once you get past the velvet rope, it is a whole different thing.
Good.
And here's the thing. We all wish we could get, you know, Tip on the show. It's an ungettable get. People know nothing about his life.
We'd have a better chance of getting Leo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So
I don't think that's true.
It's hard to get Tip, man. And everyone wants to know like the real shit, you know?
He is so fascinating. I'm telling you, like, you don't know, but there was an interview that he did a few years ago with Gayle King.
Gayle King. God, it was crazy.
So weird. He was talking weird. He seemed so aloof. He was just...
Seemed almost feminine.
So here's like our little work board.
Okay. What is
right?
This? Yeah.
So you're the first people to see this. So here's Andre 3000. He signed this. And then...
Typewriter.
Here's
Gloria.
Alicia Keys signed this here.
I want to thank.
Kanye signed this right there.
Oh, Pablo, Yeezy. Okay.
Lars Professor signed this here. A bunch of people
Andre
signed it. So are you going to sign?
Yes, I'm going to
You're
do
sign
something
next to Andre 3000?
I'm going to say something really eloquent.
Are you going to put like a heart by it?
I am fascinated with Q.
A little plug for One Ep for your listeners, because Syph and I started doing One Ep every week again. We did a Nas Illmatic episode in April, and I called Q-Tip randomly.
Wow.
And we said, name your four. We started ranking the 4 best songs on Illmatic, and we're like, rank the 4 best songs on Illmatic. And he's fucking hilarious. Like, we were fighting. He didn't put One Love on the list at first. We had serious disagreements with him about what should be on it and what shouldn't be on it. I recommend the listen if you want to hear him in like a sounds like he's laying in bed on a Saturday morning, just fucking off kind of space. One funny factoid about Q-Tip for nerds who would appreciate Q-Tip. We always grow up, and when you think of Tribe, you think of sports, you think of Fife. Q-Tip is almost as into sports as Fife.
Really?
Almost.
Wow.
But he failed to make references the way, look.
It's just not part of his rhyming thing.
Fife made some of the most iconic sports references of all time. I mean, he probably is number one. I mean, I don't know how many people.
And I wonder, could we think of any Q-Tip sports references?
I don't think so.
I bet there is one or two if we really dug in.
There may be something, a reference with the Knicks, but nothing specific, like a player or. No, I don't know. If Fife was definitely the one out.
Q-Tip has gone on my sports talk radio show on the K Show when I wasn't there, just because he wants to talk about the Jets. Like, he's obsessed with the Jets. Obsessed.
Really?
The Jets.
See, you know, a guy like that, you feel like he's so into his music that he doesn't have time for sport.
I know. It's very interesting. I'm telling you. And like, I've been telling everyone this now because I find it to be such a fun factoid. Like, he's not like light into the Jets. It's not like I can name the quarterback and the running back. It's like he will get into you about moves they should make on the offensive line. Like,
That's
he's
crazy.
really the real deal.
This is blowing my mind. This is like you telling me like Jay Dilla was a Steve Eiserman fan or something like that. Like,
Dilla loved Eiserman.
This is nuts.
So Q-Tip definitely owns a Ken O'Brien jersey, huh?
It is 100% possible.
Can I tell you what I'm so upset with? We're calling Apathy and Mayhem Loren on a whim. You're fucking talking to Q-Tip. It's crazy shit.
Well, I mean, come on. By the way, I think everything's in the order it should be.
We might be at a different level.
Fuck me,
man. Hey, I bet you Mayhem Loren has better salsa recipes than Q-Tip.
Yeah. By the way,
he does.
And by the way, I've looked at how you guys are doing. You guys probably have more people hearing your interviews too. So who gives a shit? But yeah, I mean, Q-Tip and I developed a relationship because I started a live interview series back in 2008. 09, and I had Q-Tip on it, and Q-Tip loved it, and we started pitching it together with him as the executive producer. So we started going to like pitch meetings together. So I got a whole different experience with him going to these network meetings to pitch a TV show with Q-Tip.
Wow. Crazy. Well, if you ever talk to him, I'm in Aries, April 10th, which is the same day.
I will. I'm not saying I'm going to work on it like tomorrow. I'm going to text him and be like, I need you to do this, but I'll make it happen at some point for you guys. I'll get it to happen.
Has to happen.
Cool.
That's a doable. I think he would enjoy it. You guys are fucking thorough.
Since we're talking, about some stuff, let's talk about another group that is not Native Tongues, but Native Tongues-ish, Little Brother. How did you link up with them for the last album? That was a surprising appearance, to say the least.
Well, you know that was not my first appearance with Little Brother.
No, but
it was a reprise.
You conducted. You were on there a lot more. You were like the Paul Barman of like that album, the way he was for Disposable Arts. You know?
Yeah, I was on the first. I was on the Minstrel Show.
Yeah.
Many years ago, we came up together. Low Budget and Little Brother came up at the exact same time. So as Kev Brown and Odyssey were emerging as producers, Ninth Wonder, Pooh, and Tay were emerging as a group. In fact, you guys are big nerds. I'm sure you know the Whatever You Say single by Little Brother.
But on ABB Records, piece to Ian Davis.
Correct.
Yes.
Do you remember what the remix is?
The remix to Whatever You Say?
Mm-hmm. The other song on there is the Kev Brown remix of Whatever You Say.
I'm actually going to go pull that record in a bit.
Pull it and see if I'm wrong, because I haven't thought about it in so long, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I will pull it after, because my record.
You know what? I'll go on Discogs while we're talking, because I don't want to make it. So and Kev had done work with ABB. He did his Always single on ABB. So we were, because of that relationship, we got cool with Little Brother.
Yeah. Are you right? I can go pull it in 2 seconds.
No, I'm already looking and I'm wrong.
Jay, go get it.
I think it was, but I don't want to call you.
Hold on, but I can't get this completely wrong, because that's the yellow record. I'm picturing the blue record.
Jay, go get it.
You two need to battle it out in like a Stump the Schwab hip hop fucking
12-inch battle.
Pony battle trivia.
Yeah, here's the thing. Jay's records are in some strange order. My shit, I mean, I have like almost like 90,000 in the house, so I'm like all over the place. So I would like need a week to find that one.
Yeah, I know. Me finding my Whatever You Say record.
My wife is like, fucking stop taking up the closets, bitch. And I'm like,
look at, he finds it in 2 seconds.
Right, so yeah, because of course,
because he's got all ABB together.
It's categorized by regions, and all right. So as you can see, this is Whatever You Say. This is the record that you're referring to, right?
Hold on, I lost it.
A little closer.
Hold on.
A little closer.
Yes. I don't know why. Yes. So what am I?
This is 2002.
All right,
this is ABB, and the flip side is Light It Up.
It's Light It Up. So here's what I'm messing up. Kev Brown, Always. Here's what because that's the blue record. And so I got it just backwards. I'd like to apologize. Ninth did the remix of Always, not Kev did the remix of Whatever You Say.
There you go.
So Ninth did Kev's single, which is, in my opinion, the best Kev Brown record ever made, was called Always. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's a beautiful record.
Kev Brown did the Jay-Z album. I remember his take was pretty cool too.
Guess who created that?
You?
This guy.
Nice, kid.
That was my acapella record that came to my house.
Yeah.
Def Jam sent out the acapellas. I was like a full acapella, and I called Kev and I'm like, bruh, I have this shit.
Yeah,
you have to do it and call it the Brown album. We have to do it's the Black album. What do we do?
Everyone put out their own album, and then Danger Mouse puts out the Gray album,
which was amazing.
Shits on everything.
And by the way, I hate to do this, but it's kind of the thing you have to do when you're in underground hip hop. Is if you don't claim the shit, no one's going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Danger Mouse credited Kev as being the reason he did the Gray.
Really?
In Rolling Stone, yeah. He was like, I heard Kev Brown's Brown album, and I was like, I got to take a shot at this.
Wow.
And he came up with the Gray. Kev's is better, by the way. but I understand the appeal of the.
Yeah, of course.
The marketing of the Gray. And Danger Mouse went on to be a phenomenal producer.
Kev's great, though. Kev's great. He deserves all the accolades he gets. I mean, seriously.
The Brown album is such a fucking beautiful listen. Oh my! His version of December 4th to me, it never let me really enjoy the original December 4th quite the same way, you know? So the little brother relationship goes all the way back then. And then Tay called me and was like, we're doing an album. We want to bring back the thing. And I was like, okay. And that was that. I got stupid rich off it too. He sent me a fucking Bentley truck as a gift. Which
I'm sure. You were first on the Menstrual Show. Would you say Elzai's verse on Hiding Places?
Oh, one of the greatest of all time.
Underrated, greatest guest appearances of all time.
I strangle the air in your throat like you jump from a chair and choked in midair from a rope. Got a big gun and carry a scope. The flare in the smoke. Keep niggas quiet like words librarian spoke. I'm arrogant, outlandish. Blow your face out and shake out the dandruff. The jakes won't make out the handprints. I'm as real as it gets when it's still in the clip. Walk and make niggas duck and kneel into split.
I would say Elzai is one of the most underrated, full stop.
Thank you.
Full stop. Love Elzai. Full circle back to my album. Maybe the first record I ever got made by artists, like who were not my friends. When I got to Hot 97, and I remember I was still living on Long Island with my aunt and uncle when I got this done. And it's on YouTube. I don't know who ripped it, but it ended up on YouTube at some point. I wanted to do a mixtape called Only Built for Jewish Links. This was
funny,
like 07.
Very funny.
That was like, and I wanted to redo every song. And I had all these ideas for different people. And the only one that got completed was I did Verbal Intercourse with Royce, Elzai, and Guilty Simpson. And if you look on YouTube, I think it'll come up as Verbal Intercourse, the D. I love fucking Elzai. Oh, he's so great. Actually, no, he'd be a cool person to get on my next project, like to pair him with someone, you know, just to remind, like, because he's still making dope music right now. I play some of his records on my show right now.
Well, that's kind of like, you have a responsibility, whether you know it or not, to, you know, money aside. Look, you do this, you got into this not for the money, but for the love. And I know that sounds like so cliche, but it's true. You know, you put out your album not so you can go buy another Bentley. You could pay off the divorce. You put out the album. Now, it may have been cathartic for you because I know you were going through some shit, and, you know, putting together this, you get lost in the project, but the outcome of it, putting people on to new people, listening to a rejuvenated Method Man, who, by the way, I don't know what happened to him.
That guy's been eating his Wheaties, man. I'll tell you.
Holy shit.
Hasn't cursed since the last 10 years.
But the outcome, hearing people say, oh my God, I love that record. And I think we played 4 records on this album, and we'll get back to the album, but that is probably why you do it, not for the other stuff. So you have a responsibility, and that responsibility is to play music you love and you think needs to be heard by people who are not familiar with, say, an Elzai.
So that's hard too, right? So you want to grow
success
with success.
True.
You want each project to be more successful than the previous one. One's like, my goal is just to have everything impact the exact same way each time.
But it gives you more leverage for the next thing, and that's what most don't get.
So then you get the leverage. The thing that separates you from being a douchebag is, and I'm not saying you'll get the credit for it, right? Because so my next project, obviously I have the names that I know are slightly bigger that I want to get on the next one. I'm not going to not get the underground names on the next one, but I want to elevate you want to elevate the whole thing to one degree.
But you become the douche when you do that. And that's okay. Your ego has to be okay with that as you live in that ego space.
Because you have to be, so there's 2 things. Number 1, you have to stay committed to putting people on who you want to put on, but you have to decide who makes the most sense, right? Like, there are artists we could all think of, and I'll be like, yo, wouldn't it be dope if I put blank on the record? And you guys might think in your mind, you'd be like, oh, I love that guy, and he was great, but you don't need to put him on the album. Whereas I could throw X name at you and you'd go, oh, you know what? That shit would actually be hot. There's a distinction. it's not just like I'm gonna get Illegal featured on a song. All respect to Malik and Jamal, but like out of nowhere, I'm gonna randomly get Illegal on a song, and people are like, well, they like broke up. Jamal went and did his own thing. Like that's not even a thing people would care about. Like that's, and I say that as someone who actually really enjoyed their album and played their songs. But there's so many. So you have to like decide. And I think, and so when I said that, like, I should get Elzai. I think Elzai is someone who you could put him in a space with someone who's maybe even more commercially viable, and newcomers would be like, "Who's this Elzai guy?" And you'd be like, "Elzai's been putting it down for 20 years now."
And if you did like an Elzai Nas thing, then it's like, you're the Tarantino of the curation. You're bringing somebody, and that's the whole.
And that's like the crazy. That's like the only. So I. Like a psychopath, and I had not done this for a couple of years, but when the album came out, I started searching my name on Twitter.
Right.
Because I wanted to see every bit of feedback humanly possible. If I generally did that, people who don't at you and just say your name, it's not something great. This project, I could not find negative shit. It was the most negative shit I would get was people being like, I don't even fucking like Rosenberg, but this is fire. And I love that. I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. The only one that I would catch, one here and there would be like these things of like, yeah, he put his name on it, but what did he even do?
Well, that's like the Khaled conversation. And again, it goes back to the whole curating and sequencing, that there's a lost art there, and people don't know the whole A&R concept.
But they don't even know what A&R. But it's like, why am I having a conversation with someone who doesn't know what an A&R is? If you think that your favorite artist just showed up to the studio one day and hit record and started playing, and out came a classic, well, then why are we even talking in the first place?
And that's why I think you should have an A&R interview, because if people actually knew what it took to get Wu-Tang to a fucking studio as that many members, it is a miracle that they threw down anything. It does not happen. It's not like you're saying, hey, to my brother, hey, make sure you're at the studio at 5:30 tonight. It doesn't happen. So there are so many problems that arise.
But even before you get there, this is the part that frustrates me. It's like, okay, so what did you do on the song I have with, let's say, the Ray Meth Willie the Kid song? So it's like, well, so what did you even do on that song? Oh, yeah, because I did see, of course, I'm a psychopath. I remember this tweet. Someone said, oh, getting Raekwon and Method Man on a song. Who would ever believe that was good? Great job. And I'm like, well, two things. Number one, all of our favorite artists, if we were to search their name on Spotify, we'd find bullshit that they've done. So let's just be clear about that. That's everyone makes bullshit, and everyone has done bullshit for a check for a feature that they just said, okay, fuck it, I'll do it. All right. And Bomani Jones, I did an interview with him last week. He made the greatest point. He was like, yo, when every artist, when they make their 100 songs to their album, if they made 100 bangers, their album would have a fucking 100 bangers on it. Okay. So number one, don't just act like good songs fall out of the sky, even for the best of artists. Of course. That's not true. Number two, the song didn't exist. There is no song. Gray Matter, who produced it, doesn't know anyone in Wu-Tang. They don't know who the fuck Gray Matter is. It's literally, it exists only here. Like, and so that doesn't mean that I'm a music producer in a technical sense, because I definitively am not. I've made a couple of records. They're not particularly good. I suck on an MPC. I just am not comfortable on it. But like creating an idea and taking it and turning that into what you saw from a thought in your head, to then you hear it. And I hear Ray and Meth on a song produced by someone they don't know with my scratches in it. I'm like, I created this song. I don't know. I don't feel that's undeserving. And I understand why people come for Khaled, because he takes so much credit in their eyes that it frustrates them. He's yelling his name, we the best. People don't, it hits people the wrong way. But like in my case, I was like totally modest about it too. I'm not like overstated on any of the project, but I find it funny that people don't even understand what goes into putting a song together.
If you look at any of those classic Loud records, whether it's Matty C, Scott Free, Bones Malone, like these guys are instrumental in some of these most iconic albums we all love. It's
not a coincidence, by the way, dude. Soul in the Hole soundtrack. It's not a coincidence that shit like that came together.
Who did Soul in the Hole? I mean, I know it was on Loud, but
it was Loud. I think
was that Scott Free?
I think it was Scott Free. I'm 90% sure it was Scott Free.
That's probably one of. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, but that's probably a top 5 movie soundtrack for me.
And by the way, no one even talks about the movie at all.
I don't know if I even saw the movie, but that's a top 5 movie soundtrack.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree with that one.
New Jersey Drive up there, top 5.
Number 2 is fantastic, but yeah, you want to combine them. That's great.
I don't. New Jersey Drive's cool. The E Brothers Funky Piano.
Oh, the best.
J-Roo.
Is it on streaming services?
I have no idea.
No, well, because that's Tommy Boy.
So Tommy Boy just got purchased. So all Tommy Boy shit will be on within a month.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, it's an
that
amazing
E Brothers
thing.
song was like my favorite song.
My favorite song on that soundtrack was actually "Don't Shut Down on a Player" by
Over Invasion.
You're talking to the number one Ill Al Scratch fan of all time.
Yeah, he's the biggest.
They made an album of the same song 7 times, over and over again.
I never understood that.
But Invasion is the shit off that record. I mean that.
Whose record's Invasion again?
J-Roo.
J-Roo.
Police all on my dick like I shot somebody cause of these big ass lips and I rock my locks naughty. Life is getting hectic. Tupac got shot in the nut. You saw cops was corrupt when Rodney King got fucked up.
Something everybody's aware of.
Pharaoh or Organized had a dope song on there.
With
Won't Go
OC.
Far, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going crazy here. Listen.
Oh wait, real quick. I want to go back to Pete's album because he was
That's
talking
what I was
about
gonna
all
say.
these songs.
Okay.
You had like 13, 14 tracks off your album, right?
13.
Okay. How many tracks did you have in your pool before you narrowed it down to 13?
12.
What do you mean 12?
I just built song by song.
So you didn't have a pool to choose from. You pretty much.
I started at 0.
Yeah.
I made the first song, which was Second Generation Woo Generation.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first song that I made.
Okay.
And then I made SRD with Styles P, Ransom, and Dizza.
Great song.
And Marcus Smart around the same time. Stove God Cooks and Flea Lord. Actually, that came first. That was right before SRD. And literally one by one by one. And there are ones that started that never got finished, but they never made it very far. Sorry, Andre, go ahead.
I want to. This is where I want to geek out. So there's a lot of DJs and / producers who kind of may want to get into this space in the future. But this is the thing. How do you create a record where you have producers in your corner? How do you figure out who you want to reach out to? Because, of course, your pool is very big being on Hot 97. So do you have producers that you kind of keep in your pocket that are friendly, who are, as you mentioned earlier in our conversation, who are like, good people? So how do you create what you created? I mean, take us step by step.
So the only producer that I knew personally before the project really started is Disco Vietnam, who did 3 songs. He did the aforementioned Second Generation Woo. He did Snake Eyes with Ghostface, Crime Apple, and Jim Jones. And he did Hallways with Flea Lord and Roc Marciano, which is a fucking masterpiece.
Yo, for the juice, get you cold pressed. Don't let what I said go over your head like stones on my neck. Break the rose, broken leg, rose from the dead. For bread to toast, knock the yolk out your egg. Bitch, the pole too big for cold check. Put your light out quick like a roach clip. Before I wrote the shit, I went on a toll trip. Nose on the pimp, got the cold drip. Hoes submit, they thought I touched your shoulder with the Vulcan grip.
We went to college together, and he's always made music. And I was like, yo, you got any shit in the stash? And he sent me shit he had. And everyone else came from the new sort of underground world of artists I've been playing, that I got familiar with my friend who A&R'd the project with me, named Mark Rosado. He's at Top Shelf Premium on Instagram. He does a dope underground freestyle series where a lot of the cats who I play on my show come to him first. So we ended up developing sort of like this system over the last couple of years where like he really has his ear to the ground better than I do, just from being in the vintage clothes dealing.
I was going to say, how do you have time with all of the things that you're doing?
I don't.
As you get older, you know, your time is so limited, and you have to be very,
chasing
selective in what you do. So it's hard to stay on top of what is new.
And so when Mark, we'd known each other for a long time, but around 2 years ago, he started really feeding me music. And his feeding me music, when he started sending me stuff, and he was like, I could get you this, I could get you that. Have you heard of so-and-so? Have you heard of this person? You heard of that person? I said, yo, you mind doing this for me like every week? And he was like, okay. I was like, the artist that you're fucking with, that you know, reach out to them, tell them you need clean versions of their songs, get them to make cleans, and get them to me. And if I fuck with the songs, I'll play them on my Sunday night show. So that was really the beginning of how the album started, was that. So then all of a sudden, again, like we just said, everyone wins. One hand scratching the other. Is that what's the phrase?
One hand washes the other.
Washing the other. They can't scratch each other.
No.
So now Mark is helping me have good music for my show every week, and my show sounds fresh, and I'm excited by the artists I'm hearing.
And you're giving them exposure on your radio
I'm giving the artists exposure. Mark's building the relationship with the artist because he's the plug to getting with me. Everyone's here winning. So when I started thinking about an album and brought it up with him, he's like, all right, all these dudes who you've been playing, they'll all fuck with you. Like, they'll all be down for it. So who do you want to get? Let's try to put it together. And then then there are people who I asked, they didn't turn shit in fast enough. They turned something in, I didn't like it. I said, okay, fuck it, we'll do it next time. Like, those things happened, but all the producers came from him and the artists that they produced. And then I randomly was like, yo, can you get me beats from this guy? And he would say, hey, how about Buck Dudley? Wow. And I'm like, oh, which joint did he do? Oh, remember, he did X, Y, and Z. Cool. Send me a pack of beats from him. And, Buck Dudley just sent me he just sent me a beat that I know is going to be on my next album. He sent me like 6. There was one that I immediately, I'm like, mine. I need it. I need. I was like, I'll re-listen to the other ones, but this one I know, done. I need it. And then you build from there and see what you can do and hope that you have good taste in beats, which fortunately I do. So it worked out.
You mentioned, I guess a few weeks back, you were on Drink Champs, and you brought up something that I thought was pretty interesting, and that is the incredible run that Roc Marciano was on. Now, a lot of people don't even know Roc's been out for decades with the UN, and he was on the Heist and all that good stuff. But he's kind of like reinvented himself and created a lane similar to what you had said about Doom. Now, I know he's like Doom, an acquired taste. A lot of people, especially my age, our age, they want that boom bap, right? The drumless rap, take it or leave it. Doesn't matter who's rapping. If it doesn't grab you in the first 15 seconds, I'm not touching it.
Right.
That said, I've been fascinated with Roc's career since, I don't know, 2010. When Marsburg come out?
Around then. Long time. At 10 or 11.
I remember picking it up at Fat Beats. I want to see, like, Breezy Bruin was working there at the time. Anyway, I love Roc Marci. Love him. Like, I love, but Roc Marci speaks to me a way like not many others do. Like Jay Electronica, Roc Marci, Black Thought. These are like my guys. But you had mentioned something. You pretty much equated his career, or what he's doing, his path, is similar to what Doom did.
If you loved Doom and Dilla, and by that I mean rap that was true in the classic essence, but experimental, willing to go places it hadn't gone before.
Sure.
Like both Dilla and Doom did. And Dilla and Doom are both acquired tastes. There are a lot of people like, oh yeah, they're cool, but they don't know their songs. They didn't really rock with it. Marci is the same thing to me. Super passionate fans, rooted in true school hip hop, but experimental and different. You know what I'm saying? And in that sense, and consistent, successful, like his fans fuck with him. Like, I'm not saying he has not made it to the level of Doom or Dilla, maybe monetary
path.
success-wise.
He's on that path.
You might have to die in order to do that, though.
I mean, certainly the although no, even when Doom was living, though, he was making, Doom did well.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out when was the turning point for Doom.
Mad Villain.
Yeah,
I think it was Mad Villain.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, from Mad Villain on, I think Doom was stacking for a long time.
When you can scoop the UK crowd, it's a whole nother level.
That was a pivotal moment in his career when he started winning over the people across the pond, because it just reached a whole new demographic. You know, people that had no clue what KMD was. You know.
Oh yeah. And I wonder, you know, where Marcy sits in that space too. My assumption is pretty good. But yeah, so I think Marcy occupies a really important spot, and getting him was an incredibly important piece of the album. And that part wouldn't have happened. Flea Lord was the connect to getting Marcy on the project. I know Marcy. I've interviewed him before, but he can be elusive, as one might expect. And
it's funny because we had him on the show, and that's
he has the best phone plan on the planet.
The best what?
The phone plan. I mean, he's like underwater the whole time.
I think he was probably on the beach somewhere in his condo in Cali, and he just, you know. But yeah,
we can barely hear him.
Anytime we have a guest with a shitty connection and we can't hear him well, we're like, oh, you're on the Roc Marcy plan.
And it's like so perfect, right? Like you already are like, score. We got this guy who's kind of hard to get, and then you get him, and you can barely hear him.
Yeah,
crazy. But you know what? I'm happy. I think it was a good interview. It was just tough to listen to sometimes because of the quality. All right, let's deviate, because we've talked a lot of hip hop. You're in so many different things, the wrestling, Michael K on the Yes Network.
Correct.
Again, how do you have time for all of this shit? Like, how do you, because you got to stay up on sports. You got to be sharp, right? You can't go into these shows not prepared. You have to be prepared. But when you bring wrestling, you bring, you got into all sports with Michael, and hip hop, do you have time? Do you sleep?
Yeah, I actually do sleep. You know, the unfortunate truth is, in order to do all of these jobs, you're not an absolute master anymore at any of them.
Well, I was going to say, you can only be the master of one domain. Right?
If that. And my domain that I'm a master at, frankly, is broadcasting, because I can't say I'm a master of current hip hop.
Gotcha.
Like, let's be honest. I mean, I can't be. I've never listened to a fucking Pooh Shiesty song. Like, I can't be, I listen to I listen to songs, and I listen to big albums that come out. Like, I listen to Pop Smoke. I listen to the Migos album this week. Like, I'll listen to the things that to me are like, okay, these people have earned me sitting and giving this a proper listen. But once you're there, you can't pretend to be the expert on all of that. Like, I'm an expert in hip hop up until 2010. And then I'm a radio guy whose real expertise is in hip hop up till 2010, who now does a morning show. I'm not even a proper DJ at the radio station. You did radio some. Like, morning shows are a different thing than the station, period. Sure. We're not even in the building. Like, we operate in our own world. Like, so it's one thing. Even if I did like afternoons, I'd be hearing music more. We talk all morning. We play like 4 songs. So yeah, I'm not a master of current hip hop. I love wrestling, but I'm much more a master of classic wrestling. I watch the current product because I have to do work. I have to work, but I'm not like watching Japanese shit. I'm not like telling everyone about NJPW and what happened on Impact last week and NWA Power. There are all these different factions, just like in hip hop. I don't know those either. How far back do you go with wrestling? Because I grew up in it. But we've established that you're old as fuck. That's fine. It's fine. So I'm like, I want to know. Yeah. So how far? 86. 86. So that's just Jimmy. I know before that. That's Jimmy Snuka era. No, truthfully, while Jimmy Snuka was around, it's actually I would have bet every wrestling card I have here that Jimmy Snuka would have been the first 2 people you mentioned based on your age. So like, but Snuka for me, while I knew him obviously, right, and he wrestled again for a long time after that, his real era was when you were a little kid,
Sure.
82, 83, 84.
But I even went before that because I went with my older brothers.
Backlund.
So I did Bob
Yeah.
Backlund. So here's the thing. I always have this great story where I went up to Ox Baker at a wrestling match and I slapped him on the back and I'm like, "Hey, Ox, what's doing?" And he's like, "Fucking kid, what are you touching me?" But he gave me his towel. He had the fucking green nail polish. He was Ming the Merciless on, our favorite movie. It was crazy to see that, to be able to.
Ox Baker supposedly could be a true maniac.
Amazing, though. And to see Gordon Soley back in the days and the true NWA before it all started. I mean, I was a part of that, the real Four Horsemen. So when I talk to Jay and kind of your age group, it's a different world, and I appreciate it just as much. So what was your first kind of wrestling experience? Did you ever go to the actual fights?
Oh, yeah. I in 87, which was my first big year, WrestleMania 3 was my
the best one. WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, WrestleMania 3 is, I believe, the best WrestleMania.
Wait, let's stay on that for 1 second, and then you can tell your story. This is the most important question I'm going to ask you tonight. Savage, Steamboat, greatest match of all time? It's a yes or a no.
I've said that it is many times before.
So you glossed over my whole question, but I love you.
I'm going to about your archaic stories. 87 you brought up, which is again, I'm using this word a lot, the pivotal moment in wrestling. I think when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant, that's it. It became a global phenomenon. And that to me is that is the Illmatic of WrestleManias.
We're seeing what this guy is really made of. Why he is the greatest professional athlete in the world today. Look at this. He slammed it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm dropping a big leg. Over for the cover. It's over. Unbelievable.
But I think Savage and Steamboat was the greatest match I've ever seen in my lifetime.
I literally just did the A&E biography about Randy Savage, and that part about that match is like me. I had like that. The whole spiel about that match in that doc was me. Like I love that match and can talk about it endlessly.
A&E. I know I'm watching a lot of the Vice. This is the Dark Side of Wrestling.
Dark Side of the Ring, yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring. I'm sorry. Great series. You've been watching them?
I've watched some of them. Yeah, I've watched like half, maybe more than half.
I'll watch A&E.
The A&E the biographies are very good. They're 2 hours. They're really thorough.
Oh wait, they had Warrior. Was that like a few? I saw the Warrior. I got to watch the Savage because Savage is my favorite.
Savage ones. The Savage people thought it was a hit job. I didn't. My parts certainly weren't. There were a couple parts that I thought were, but in general, Macho Man's a complicated guy, so I don't consider it a hit job when you mention that complicated people did complicated things.
Did we touch on his album?
Oh, yeah. I crushed his album. That was the only negative thing I said about him. No, I dissed his commentary and his album. But besides that, I absolutely adore the man. And he's Jewish, so I mean, I love him more than life itself.
Hold on, let me show you something because I'll turn it around. Tell me if you can see this.
Yeah, but he can't see that.
Hold on, but I can't see.
Yeah, we can't. None of us can see.
Oh yeah,
that.
the LJN's on the second shelf. Hogan, Iron Sheik, Mean Gene. Is that what I'm looking at?
Get those nerds! Nerds!
To your question, Andre.
Yeah.
It was 87. It was the WrestleMania storyline. It was the Savage Steamboat build and the Hogan Andre build that I fell in love with. And that same year, I went to the Capitol Center in Landover twice. I saw Hulk Hogan versus Killer Khan. I saw Savage versus Steamboat in a cage. I saw the Hart Foundation versus the British Bulldogs. And that was sort of the real genesis of my love of wrestling.
Yeah,
Although crazy enough, I wasn't really watching during some of the greatest times ever, the Attitude Era of 98, 99 in college. I was so hardcore on hip hop at the radio station. I was kind of checked out and then didn't really catch up with it until after, which sort of disappoints me to this day. But.
Yeah. Well, I brought up Snuka's steel cage match. I mean, when he got to the top and headbutted, who was it? Magnificent Morocco? I forget.
Correct.
Out of the cage. Holy shit. That was next level shit for my era. I mean, I love that stuff.
That's your era. I think that's 82.
It was a long time ago, but it
top
was
of the top of the cage to Morocco was
that
pretty.
that was true WWF, not E, showmanship, and that was
that's considered
next level.
That moment is considered the biggest spot of that era for WWF before Hulk Hogan beats the Iron Sheik 2 years then.
He's climbing to the top of the steel cage. I don't believe it. Superfly perched 15 feet high. Oh my God. 20,000 plus going bananas here in Madison Square Garden.
Dre, rumor has it you were at the David versus Goliath match.
People, as much as they know that it's a performance art, they still seem to be confused by it. It's very interesting.
It's wild.
Like living in my life and having people mention it to me casually, which happens all the time. Like, oh, professional wrestling? Which is my favorite question. When I go, well, I work in wrestling. I'm into wrestling. And they go, professional wrestling? And I go, no, I go to fucking high school gyms and watch 16-year-olds roll around on each other. What the fuck do you think?
You know, earlier before we started the interview tonight, we were all talking, and my brother had a crazy extensive collection of wrestling mags. Had number one wrestler mag from episode 1. But we talked about, I said, you know, I used to read these things, and the articles that were inside of them were crazy. They used to say, like, you know, we did an expose on George the Animal Steele, and yes, he used to eat the turnbuckles, but he actually ate the seats in a New York City bus that was like running the fucking avenues, and it was like, that's some crazy shit. It's like real life meets the persona, and that's what's missing from music, wrestling, all that shit today.
Oh, there's too much exposure to everyone.
Too much. And, you know, sometimes you can't pull the Oz curtain back. I mean, that's what makes it what it is.
It's almost one of the things you really have to love about Beyonce is that for the most part, unless she decides to give you something, you don't get shit from her.
Right.
She protects the brand.
Yeah.
Like Rihanna, she'll give you posts about like Fenty and like a little shit. Like a few weeks ago, she posted a political thing about Palestine and Israel. She'll give you an occasional thing. But Rihanna's just not willy-nilly on stories like, hey, like she's not doing that.
Right.
Like you are only, but the thing is, there's a precipitous drop-off. You have like a handful of people like that who are like, they kept the mystique of like, who are they? And everyone else, I'm like, I just know too much. I just don't give a shit.
We need the smut peddlers to come back and start throwing up on each other in videos again.
You know what? Bring the smut peddlers back.
Yeah. Jay, are you on? Because we can't hear you, I don't think.
Yeah. Ever since you
yeah, by the way, that's hilarious that when he had to show his collection, he's now destroyed.
Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Am I good?
You're good.
I want to know, because you were talking hip hop, we're talking wrestling. John Cena, did you have a heart to heart with him? Like, what the fuck were you thinking when you put out that album?
No, John Cena is one of the main reasons I got back into it, is because when I turned on the TV and I heard the MOP sample in his song,
okay,
I was like, what is that? Literally, I remember I wasn't facing the TV and I heard the and I was like, what was that? And then I heard it again like the next week and I'm like, oh, this guy has MOP sampled in his shit?
Well, he had Freddie Fox on his
right, and then I went a little further. I'm like, oh wait, this guy made an album with Freddie Fox, like, so. But John Cena's not terrible. I mean, as far as wrestlers go, he's not terrible.
He's doing his thing.
I mean, he's not a great rapper, but considering who he is now, you look back and you go, okay. I mean,
yeah,
he has a serviceable intro that he raps himself.
See, I think this is you being a little calculated with what you're saying, because you're not listening to a John Cena album.
No, but at least you can give him credit. That's all he's saying.
And by the way, how would I ever, to the point we made earlier, how would I ever critique someone who gave fucking Bumpy Knucks maybe the biggest bags of his career?
I'm with you on that. I thought
there's nothing negative to say. Like, you know what I mean?
Cena is a great dude. I think he's extremely talented. I just thought him making a rap album like the same way Macho Man made a rap.
His whole rap brand is a little silly when he had it. when he had it. But now that it's gone, I sort of miss it, to be honest with you.
But you know what's crazy? It's like you guys are bringing him up, but it reminds me of when I was in New York City and Max Kellerman used to have a public access show, and I had a public access show, which mine was mixing music, but he had a public access show before he got into boxing. So he was a hip hop head, and he was
on Rough House Records.
He literally made it on ESPN, and he's a great. He's great with boxing, but before that he was truly invested into what we love. So I mean,
yeah, absolutely. And Max and I are similar in that regard, right? Like it's always been very intense about the things that we are interested in, and both pursued it. And I've known him for a very long time. He bought my album. Shout out to Max. He actually went on iTunes and purchased. You don't hear that every day.
Yeah,
no,
we all did. Just so you know.
Thank you very much. If that's true.
Yes,
Spotify. I listened to the first day it dropped.
I'll take it. I'll take that. I'll take the eighth of a penny you gave me.
Exactly. All right. So we talked wrestling. We talked hip hop. Baseball. We don't know where your allegiance lies. You're a New York guy now, but you're from Maryland, Chevy Chase to be exact. Are you an Orioles dude? Did you like Sam Horn? Did you like Cal Ripken? Did you have like Mike Devereaux jersey back in the day? Tell us where your allegiance lies.
By the way, I was about to tell you guys I have to go to bed. What a perfect out for me. Baseball. I'm forced to talk about it every day of my life.
You're not a big baseball fan, huh?
I snooze at baseball, but
I love baseball in the way you love like family that is part of your life, but like, are you choosing to see them every week?
Yeah, she makes the best potatoes for Thanksgiving.
For example, I played baseball. I played an endless amount of baseball. By the time I was done with high school, I was just kind of done. I grew up in D.C. We didn't have a team, so you root for the Orioles, but the Orioles suck. Love Cal Ripken as a kid, of course. I had Orioles tickets on September 11th. Still have the ticket stub for the canceled game.
Oh wow.
Then, came up here.
Yankee fan.
My ex worked for the Mets, so I'd go to Mets games a lot. Now I work for the Yes Network, so I go to Yankees games. I became friends with people, with CC Sabathia, so I play in his charity game at Yankee Stadium.
You like the Yankees?
No,
Yankees guy.
I do.
No. I'm not a Yankees fan.
I get a lot of heat from people from B-More.
I need to start working out with CC Sabathia and Action Bronson.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I'm not going to do that, but I think you should do it too.
Yeah.
It looks terrifying. But yeah, so the truth is, when it was all said and done, I was thrilled when the Nationals won the World Series 2 years ago. And they came to be when I had already left DC, but I actually went to the first Nats game ever in Philadelphia. So I'm a real fraud when it comes to baseball. Like I'm just all over the place. It's the only sport where I truly can't say I have like one ride or die team. That's the truth.
But I think you're actually more than any sport, and it's only because you're a Maryland dude. You're a college football ACC dude. Secret.
No,
not at all.
Hate college football.
So because Maryland was terrible and Florida State ruled.
Maryland was good when I was there. We went to the Orange Bowl, and I went to the Orange Bowl, and it was a friggin' disaster. We got crushed by Florida. But I despise college football.
I love fucking college football.
Best sport. Where'd you go to school?
Florida State and NYU, but Florida State.
It's kind of funny how it works that way.
Yeah.
Generally, people who go to pro places where it was the most fun shit ever,
of course.
love it.
Yeah.
But like for me, and I'll very quickly because I have to go to sleep. This is we're so far away from talking about like artifacts and the bums right now.
That was my next question. The bums.
Love the bums.
Elevation.
Yeah, you got to free my mind.
Go.
But I'll say this about college football. The rules should be the same as the NFL. It fucking drives me insane. It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The scheduling is a fucking joke. Like, I hate that you turn on games and a line in the game can be a team's favor by 42 points. Fucking schedule better. It's just fucking stupid. As you can see, I get mad about this.
It's all about money.
It's all about money. There's also, isn't there like a weird sort of like Southern white man police captains following the fat white coach? It
Crazy
fucking
shit.
feels like something weird and out of fucking
it's definitely
the South in 1880.
It's deliverance. It's deliverance, dude.
Yeah, there's some shit there, and it's there too. And I get it. If I went to Florida State, I'd be all about it too. But like when you don't have that, I just see all the shit I don't
But here's
like.
the thing. I got to go to school with Deion Sanders. I got to go to school with Charlie Ward. I got to go to school with Warwick Dunn. I got to go to school with, Doug Edwards,
Johnny Unitas.
Crazy people. Fuck off, dude.
Kenny Stabler.
No, I'm serious. But, like when you get to see greatness, when you get to be a part of that, when people are humble and not at that point in life, it's pretty fucking cool.
Save your Amply story for another day.
I love
All right,
Amply.
last question so I can perpetuate the
This
hate.
guy needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Nice.
Curb.
Pick one.
Hey, fuck you, Vanilla Joe. Kiss my ass.
All right, Jay.
We'll
I think
end on that.
can we do
And I
gun?
love Seinfeld, but Curb.
Jay, can we do gun to head on a couple? You got to have the couple.
This poor guy has like 5 jobs
All right,
tomorrow. He's gonna wake up early.
Do gun to head.
3 gun to heads.
Do gun to heads.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one hip hop, one non-hip hop, and maybe one wrestling. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hip hop. Who is the most, in your opinion, of course, consistent group of all time?
Group, not solo.
Yeah. It's almost impossible. I mean, that's almost honestly. I'll just have to take the bullet.
You don't want to get that Twitter heat tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not Public Enemy though. I don't have Public Enemy.
No. Would you say
they die off too? They die off too soon because Outkast has more albums, Tribe has more, De La has more, EPMD is right. You know what?
Consistent.
Come on,
is
you
the
can
key
do
here.
it. I know you can do it. You got
I'm
this.
not saying the group that had the 4 best albums. What would you say is the most consistent of all time?
Probably De La.
Okay. And I think many people will agree with you.
Yeah, that's good.
Because for me, it's Tribe, but other people didn't like Tribe's 4th and 5th album. So, Although Outkast is hard to argue, so.
I think most true Tribe fans didn't like the 4th initially. And then as
loved it because they missed
it. They loved it.
I just wish Andre 3000 never dated Erykah Badu. Then there would have been a lot more cool Outkast shit.
Black Widow of hip hop.
There might have not been, but there might have not been the coolest. Like there might have not ever been the shit he did on the Love Below either.
Yeah, but I mean,
you wouldn't have had the song Prototype if he doesn't ever meet Erykah Badu. He never writes Prototype, which may be one of the best records ever made. It's just not rapping.
The DOC was smart. He got with Erykah Badu, right? Because Badu touched Common.
Yeah, but this is such backpack bullshit.
Yeah. But you don't want to touch this.
He became a multi-millionaire after Badu. Like it was Love Below.
Well,
He made an American pop classic.
This is true.
And that's actually a great song too. I mean, it's a we may think of it as a wedding song, but it's a fucking great song too.
It is a wedding song.
All right, keep going. Quick.
Another question. Because we talked a little about sports collecting earlier on. 87 Tops or 86 Donruss baseball?
They're both not worth dick, but I'll take 86 Donruss just because I have thousands of 87 Tops. None are worth anything. So I'll go 86 Donruss.
Okay.
Chase that Jose Canseco rated rookie, right?
Ugh.
That porn stash. Iconic.
Show him the fucking painting gloss. You got a painting on your wall of that
that's
card.
in the other room.
I do have the most exciting pack of cards I have on me right now as I was gifted a pack of 88 Flair basketball that I'm excited to open.
Ooh.
Jay, open up a pack just for him. Just for kicks.
Not today. No, I see the box over there. Chill.
This poor guy's got to go to sleep.
I'm not wasting it while I'm rushing. Oh my God, those are all boxes underneath?
Yeah.
You are a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking
says the guy who has Google alerts going off every 2 seconds with his name on it.
All I have to say,
that's a totally different kind of psycho.
His wife is so kind.
There is no proof. My being a psycho can only be proven in my head. You have a shrine to you being a psychotic fucking lunatic.
His wife is so kind, dude. Seriously.
And by the way, I want to see your wife, and I want proof of children. Proof of children.
Follow me.
Send him a copy of your W-2.
That's an amazing fucking room.
All right, last one. Go ahead.
All right, last one.
Let's do a wrestling question. I have always loved Coco Beware. Is Coco Beware? How can I put this? Is he among your top 10 underappreciated wrestlers?
Ooh, good job. You found a way. Oh, yeah, sure. Top 10 underappreciated of the 80s. I mean, that's a,
All right, how about all time?
Yeah, I mean, Coco Beware is. Here's what I'll say about Coco Beware. I'd probably be happy to put him there. Coco Beware was incredibly fucking over. And he's thought of as like sort of this lower card guy. But you go back and watch Coco Beware in the first year or two that he was in WWE, where he came after Miz. He was already popular prior to that. But when he got to WWE, you go watch how the crowd reacts when he fucking comes out with Frankie. It was a goddamn zoo. And then he had a really... This is one of the funniest things talking about wrestling because this just sounds how it sounds. Like you end up analyzing men's physiques a lot. I don't care. I'm 41 years old. Nice. I like Coco's body. Like I liked how he looked. I just thought he looked cool. He was never ripped, but he had muscles and could fucking his drop kick. He was like 6 feet in the air on his drop kick.
And the chain.
The Frankie shit was awesome. You know, and Coco's had a pretty tough go with things. I thought he was a tremendous talent. I do feel that way. Yeah.
And on the flip, most colorful wrestler of all time.
Colorful?
You know what
I'm saying? Do you
mean
literally or personality wise?
Personality wise.
Savage.
Over Iron Sheik.
Well, Iron Sheik is colorful in like the blue sense.
Yeah.
You no good fucking jabroni.
You fucking you take all my coke.
Fuck you, fuck. I beat the fuck out of you.
I think Savage is the most colorful character of all time. Yeah, I do.
He cut the best promos. Yeah. Would you say?
No.
Roddy was good. Roddy was good too.
Yeah, what Macho did weren't quite promos. But Machos weren't even quite promos. They were like sort of like insane interviews, right?
Yes, but
because like when you think about great promos, you think about people get on the mic and they tell you a fucking story that's like meaningful. Savage's shit could be crazy talk, but it was just so entertaining.
He was like the cool Keith of wrestling.
Better than Ric Flair?
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't compare him to Flair because Flair. I'm ending on
it
this.
Lasts.
I'm ending on this.
Coco Beware is the Tony Gwynn of wrestling. But go ahead.
I just want one of those old ice cream sandwiches with Hulk Hogan stamped on them.
Ric Flair. Let's talk.
So I'm gonna tell you this on my way.
By the way, this interview started at 9. What time is it now?
11. You said 11. 40 minutes.
We knew.
We never even put in the AirPods either.
Listen,
never put it. My girlfriend just got here, so it's time.
Yeah, we've never gone under 2. But go ahead.
All right. So this is I want to say thank you guys. I truly enjoy the work you guys put into the interview. It's fantastic. I really appreciate it. And I think you do a great fucking job. And I really do appreciate everyone who would stream real late. And hopefully I really, truly believe the kind of people who enjoy your show will love my album. I feel strongly about that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So here's a story that Ric Flair's son-in-law told recently. He's a big podcaster in wrestling. He told the story about Rick, and I fucking love it. And I can say that one of the true blessings of my life is I know Ric Flair well enough over the years to know that this is 1000% true and close to how I've seen him act on other occasions, but never this perfectly. The story is this. They got booked for something, and his son Conrad said, so we're waiting. This car pulls up, window rolls down, and the guy says, get in. Rick starts laughing. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And the guy's like, no, seriously, I'm your ride. He's like, I got a car coming, buddy. Thank you, though. Appreciate you watching. And he's like, no. So-and-so sent me, whoever the promoter was. And Rick's like, what? And the guy says, yeah, I'm supposed to pick you up. Ric Flair says, the world champion doesn't ride in Kias. So get a fucking town car, get a Cadillac, and come back. He's
Beautiful.
like, no, I'm not a car service. This is an Uber. He's like, I don't care what your name is. Get out of here. So I said, Rick, no, this is our car. He said, Conrad, I'm not getting in a fucking Uber. I'm not doing it.
Love it. That's fucking perfect. That really is great shit.
That's just fucking great.
So
shit.
Flair. Love that shit.
And I love the fact that Ric Flair is still going strong and he's getting his flowers now, which...
Bro, I a few weeks ago after the pay-per-view, I went back to the hotel to pick up food. I went downstairs. Ric Flair was getting a drink, and he said, come on, kid. And the next thing I know was 3 hours passed. Rick was paying for the whole bar.
Wow.
With fucking... It was awesome. Wow. And he looks great. He's physically well. He's happy. It's a true blessing that he's around. We almost lost him 2-3 years ago. So
a few times.
I
So it wasn't 40 minutes. We nerded out I hope you have fun.
Just a shade over 2 hours now.
Yes.
Hey,
No,
we
it
definitely
was awesome.
We definitely appreciate it, man. We should have you back sometime because I think we have a good vibe.
Yo, what up? It's Peter Rosenberg, Hot 97, ESPN, WWE, too many jobs to name, for better or for worse. You're here because you love real hip-hop. And if you're listening to stories about real hip-hop, you're doing it with my guys. You know what time it is. Take It Personal Radio, Philip Flavor, Kevlar, A.A. Ron Wade, DJ 360. You know what it is. Take It Personal. We out.
1 2 1 2, you know what it is. It's your man SKYZOO Skyzoo, live at the borough, and this is Take It Personal. Take It Personal.
Praise up to the most up high for black up tempos, yo. Hardest shit you can come by. Chocolate in the air off the stoop when we would run by. But custies get too high, fuck around and somebody gun rise. Regular shit, lean on the head of the whip. Know your block live when out of towners one rep where you live. All that you need could be all the reach if you go for real. Down to say hi to a hole itself or you blow a cell. You know it well. Same place that was good for a number spot. Word to all the Snapple caps that got turned into Scully tops. Energy to tear up a pizza parlor in front of cop. Before they built a winery up from out of that number spot. Aside from the rent and who live on top of me, I ain't really changed. I'm out here with all kind of lead. Hey, since Bodega credit and what it got for me. Like splitting heroes up with a knock need to try and be younger me. Back when my pops would be out in front the Jeep. So in the morning, Henny pour while me and my brother sleep. Still was taking care of whatever me and my brother need. No complaints when your crib fits so comfortably. And Leroy Campbell's was like wallpaper. But I was out 4, 5, 6 and for your paper. My hand hot, same hand I was penning with that would send you death. Right-handed but dribbled left, penny flex. You get the picture, salute to you. You don't, but this is home, what you do? I got a stew for you. Let's do it, Duke. Top up off of the Wrangler, be more suitable. Easier to catch will be new to you. Come around my way.
Come around my way. Come around my way. With me through the neighborhood. Come around my way.
Hey yo, this is Al Scratch, and I'm still creeping through the hood with the homies. Right here live on Take It Personal. Take It Personal.
Check it out, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Big mouth, big mouth. Big mouth, big mouth. Big mouth.
You know it gotta be funky when you hear from hearsay. Joint so hot it gon' be getting no airplay. Strictly for stunting and riding around. They wanna hear the joint, roll the windows down. See my headlights fading, that's the battery draining. The factory system is so insane. Valet parking, this is not a Hyundai. The EQ look like an airport runway. Leaning to the side, wind in my hair. Trunk got a knock so they ain't no spare. It sound fishy cause the bass in the back got you stuck on a hook, but you ass on the track. Boy, you better relax on the track. Move slow like my last on the track. Yeah, no one can do it better, but this ain't the DOC. We talking decibels, straight DB. He's under the hood, the horses sound strong. Sitting on something, you see their eyes cut. See, this is how you pull up in the spot. It's gon' matter if the bass don't knock. Bring the big mouth. Big mouth. Mr. Big Mouth.
People wanna hear them joints from the 3. What we make, keep the system knocking constantly. Got the temp so hot, you burning carbohydrates. When you play it, kids in the car go primate. Sound ordinance won't stop the sound boy from my pod shuffling them hits around, boy. Ugly face on knocking your head while you listen to the rapper and the words he said. I'm from, don't run. Nah, sometimes one have to. The girl's neck twist around like giraffes do. Pointing at your eye like your face is known. Green, apple car brushing, no need for cologne. Bottom to the bottom, to the top, to the top. You can hear my subs thundering from 5 city blocks. Path of amazement in the rear view. Big mouth coming to it, eardrum near you.
He's under the hood, the horses sound strong. Sitting on something, you see their eyes cutting. See, this is how you pull up in the spot. It's gon' matter if the bass don't knock. Bring the big mouth. Big mouth, big mouth. Big mouth, Mr. Big Mouth.
I didn't go to school. I couldn't see anything in it.
thought if you wanted to be a different fish, you had to jump out of the school.
Go to school, dropped out when I heard that. Too busy trying to figure out where the bird's at. And them broads all stopped when I hopped it. They tried to throw me in detention and spot it, but I prospered unlike they intended. You had on suspenders, I was getting suspended. Posted up outside in my street clothes. Principals tried to keep me out the hall like Pete Rose. Gambling, popped them all with a 6, 4 bogeys and more legs. Alcoholics, yesterday E&J brought rum out today. Tapping bottles like warriors, come out to play. These meddling kids was peddling meds. We sold at high grade like nerds. I paid to solve a square root for me. That's why both the goon and a square root for me. But if I went back in time, I would dare be that geek sitting in front of the class doing his homework, prepping to be somebody in life. Instead of roaming the streets with my mom's kitchen knife. She didn't even rhyme when I told it. Like we bought the whole set from IKEA, I know you stole it. Snuck around real cowardly. Took a metro to go uptown to cop Sour D. Never chill downtown on Bowery. Was either my hood, Flatbush, Harlem, or the Bronx. Out of my mind, straight lunacy. Avoiding truancy and chasing new pussy. You see where that took me. All those years and now I'm paying bookies and playing hooky. Never danced at the prom. I think the dropout boogie.
I don't want to listen. I don't believe in this school system. And let me tell you, I'm 20 years old and I know a lot. Understand? For my age, I know a lot. And where did I learn it? In the streets. Because the school couldn't do nothing for me.
Stick with it, baby. Someday you might be king.
Remain true to the task. Got bad grades, still stay doing the math. Prom night, pack of bones in a flash. Chop a roam out of cone, let him in with a mask. Envisioning, cocking a hammer and letting it blast. Feasible then with cameras ain't getting the pass, and that's trash. Deserve worse for late night meddling. Bill and irate, still be quite the gentleman. They off beats, 2 left hooks, stew pork beats. Snowing powder, sugar, saying New York sweet. Until they blindside high speed on the cross street. Or swipe a metro card down their face to the raw meat. Remember classmates, some of them bad apes. Hallway jokes to bathroom gag rapes. Property to face ass bet dice games for mad papes. Windows shatter, just blame the brown dew when the glass breaks. And thank the public school system for providing new landscapes. Deficit in attention, honorable mention for detention. Actions, foul language, words, and unleashed tensions often probably resulted in suspension. As they say, another vacay, Maylay, a yoke teacher up on payday. Or roll a reefer, say hey, and go get the Latigas and the leaves off layaway. Stepped off and bounced, couldn't deal on a day-to-day. Drop out, boogie, repeat the steps or pave the way, okay? Yo, no say, shalom, instructor chose to stay at home today. His favorite class got along with the Jew kids. And still cool up till now is you stupid. It's all about commerce regardless who bombed first. More like who stayed calm when the drama burst.
Okay.
Soul surviving, dudes so conniving. Never stop driving, they pussy like a don't let them sit behind you when you driving. Might even think you talking about them when you rhyming. Or to keep the toolie in the lining. Or to thank the good Lord that you ain't the type to line them. Ain't nobody's business, why they always spying? Type of shit is this, find nothing, get the lying. Turn the world against you, even your men's buying. It's a dirty game, getting hectic, real tiring. Top it off, now they playing victim in the violin. Dripping the color envy, more greener than Ireland. Surrounded by snakes, more meaner than the lion's den.
You're talking too much.
Can't remember why or when. Got you feeling guilty, Jedi tricks on the mind again. They can eat a dick with chips and a Heineken.
Action. As I continue where we left off. As I continue where we left off. Action. As I continue where we left off.
The rebel, the villain, the rebel, the
People saying Czar like ASMR, the cold crush on my beat, we rock the Casbah. ES back at him, savage like Black Adam. Fast tracking the back and forth to blast at him. You ain't worthy, so you don't get no reply. But keep an open eye, we kick it like Cobra Kai. And we the crew leading. I wouldn't remotely care about you, even if we in a Zoom meeting. Let's be honest, yo, these rappers just a boring mess. Actors ought to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press. Yeah, we slap up obnoxious kids. Take them out on tape like I'm boxing vids. Lay them out like a floor plan. Sick of playing optimistic like I'm in Tom York's band. You lost your mystique and leaked on 4chan for your 4 fans. Your Oregon, no Portland.
Action. As I continue where we left off. As I continue where we left off. Action. As I continue where we left off. I give you credit for giving it try. Last name Lannister, call me Kingslayer. None this ill since Kareem was a Laker. Feel that love, yeah, that's the dream of a hater. I'm skating the equator, last seen in Jamaica. Frontin' like the girl, them sugar. Rude boy, the McCall inspector. Got him under pressure, no gas, word to Tesla. You find the painkillers top drawer in the dresser. Back with the force, y'all Bojack Horseman. All that talking, you know that cost him. High price to pay like you shopped at Nordstrom. Deck narcoleptic, I black out often. Salute me as a true king. What up with you, king? I've been doing this since Sinead had a groove thing. Another mood swing, touching up your boo thing. Czarface, Wu-Tang, MF Doom Gang.
Mic check 1 2. On the check-in, it's Esoteric from Czarface.
Yo, this is Apathy of the demigods in the army of the pharaohs.
You're checking out the Take It Personal radio show. You know the deal. Peace.
I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks. I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks.
I had more rainy days than sunny ones. That's where I get my money from. You'd rather hear about the trouble, son, than sunshine and bubble gum. I hear God when I write a rap, until the devil start to fight back. So if you listen on the right track, I grab the mic and the lightning crack. I walk through the rain, my umbrella broke. It's still better than the days I was selling dope. I should have been an evangelist selling hope, and had you looking for heaven with a telescope. All these suckers still chasing the dream, misspelling simple words when they making a meme. Charlie Brown motherfuckers trying to get quick cash. Then he pull away the football and he busts his ass. Everything is an illusion, so it may cause confusion. Sometimes I stay losing, but fuck it, I'm only human. Came too far to stop now. I'm starting up mosh pits in Moscow. I'm trying to have a farm full of cash cows and summer breezes to blow away these black clouds. Like woof.
I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks. I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks. I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks. I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks. I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Rain on my guard and not my parade. Days I was starving, flooded my brain. Now I got the umbrella out for the pain. Everything wash off, every drop in the drain. Every cloud overhead, river overflows. Fuck trying to float, get a motorboat. When the sun come, we can sail off for new worlds. Dive in the water, come up with a few pearls. One day when we looking back at old photographs of the habitat that you first walked and talked and took baths at. We can smile a while and just laugh at all the words you said wrong is so cute. All the times we had fun with no loot. Every time it rained, I said that you could play inside puddles with your little waterproof boots. All the pain goes, all the rainbows look like it gave the earth halos. Every morning while I scramble up huevos, get dressed to see where the day goes. I just hope you remember like I do. One day when I have a bird's eye view, I'ma part the clouds and then shine through. Come down and sit right beside you.
Sit back, I'm about to begin. Sit back, I'm about to begin.
Hey yo, line for line, rhyme for rhyme, top 5 dead or alive. I pop lead dead in your eye. Fuck a best rapper, ruggers is skin clapper. Adamantium skin, friends call it the X Factor. Turn the page, let's get to the next chapter. Burn his blaze, now let's get to the next rapper. The Glock rock knots for poppin' shit, yo. Throw darts, some jungle apocalypto. 6 flow niggas, 6'4" niggas. Shoot niggas who sing Cisco niggas. Y'all fool Nabisco niggas. Say me the last dance, I don't disco, nigga. I flame those heaters at rainbow sneakers. Kiwi fruit, mango divas, eating fajitas. Leave a nigga alone before I beat the brakes off your ass and squeeze the chrome.
It's boot camp for life. Fatigue with sneakers, drip right. I rock Louis V and low. Big J pieces, 24 karat gold. No free verses, niggas pay me. Mind trick the body think the mind is crazy. It's boot camp for life, hey yeah. It's boot camp for
Hands
life.
I wouldn't quit rapping. Nah, this is a gift, so I'm gift rapping. I ain't never say I was against trapping, cause every profile on me, I hit it back with. Nigga, that's it. Time for action, no slacking. It's in my jeans, Jackson. Do the moonwalk, move backwards. Smooth criminal interview saying that's him. BDI Buck, don't forget shot.
The straight ain't hollow, I'm cannon revolve, problem resolved like Ray Donovan. Indeed, MCs we see swallowing, hit him with degrees or beat the feces out of him. Mind boggling, 9 under the Carter, get rhyme artists and stay on point like non-sharpening.
Streets sparking while D's watching us. MCs speak nonsense, get beat to unconsciousness.
It's boot camp for life. Fatigue with sneakers, drip right. I rock Louis V and low. Big J pieces, 24 karat gold. No free verses, niggas pay me. Mind trick the body, body think the mind is crazy. It's boot camp for life, and yeah, it's boot camp for life. Bar for bar, verse for verse, with a curse. Put whoever you consider the best in the hearse. Fuck a title, cause my name is my name. Give me the money, I could keep all the fame. Slum niggas think they the realest. Broke corny niggas always be in their feelings. Bombastic bastard needs casket. I'm a breath of fresh air for asthmatics. Skip bail, quarter brick of fish scale. Bitch squeal, got him doing 12 and fish scale. Haven't picked up a pad and pen in a minute. Cause what I write has to be authentic. I was listening, but I wasn't inspired. Had to touch the mind and spark the fire. 52 blocks, box spit, razors and fights. I really knew Big and Pac, what your life like? It's boot camp for life. Fatigue with sneakers, drip right. I rock Louis V and low. Big J pieces, 24 karat gold. No free verses, niggas pay me. Mind trick the body, body think the mind is crazy. It's boot camp for life, and yeah, it's boot camp for life.
Yo, you got your man Omar Lorenda, aka Lorenda Pizza on the check-in. I'm out here 2 in the morning drinking green juice, standing in the rain, just reflecting on days of yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not out wilding, doing bad man thing, I'm tuned into the motherfucking Take It Personal podcast. Take it personal.
Older, wiser, richer, dog, you get the picture. Ain't really with the barking book, a clip you with a whisper. I'm a fixture in this rap shit. I ain't going anywhere. Pardon self for capping, cause I'm actually going everywhere. Fashion be late, but my fashion is great. Get the cash and escape. Was copping weight by the crate. Then we dish it how we get it. Let them skate on the plate. Cruise through her makeup, piece to rate for watch this paper inflate. Yeah, niggas hustle backwards, make 20 then spend 30. Rest in peace, pimp share. We outside and riding dirty. Dropped her, rockin' the pot, dropped her. Top on the Bentley, dropped her. Work on the block and tell them that the Lord sent me. Champagnes and shines like we out of our minds. 300,000 on the table, please don't open the blinds. I don't take pictures with money, but please believe I got it. I was counting profit back when we was sip hypnotic. This ain't for the lames, this for niggas rockin' 100K chains with Cardi frames. Bad bitches, fast whips, stash chips. Big boy wrist from big boy risk. Maneuver elegant, swish. And trust me, my man Stacks always told me, I'm not missing jump shots to make y'all niggas feel better.
Oh, y'all niggas killers, man. You got killers, nigga, I'm a killer. You need a gun, I need a 3D printer. My guns up on your paper tennis, nigga. I run the money east quick like an ED sprinter, cause I'm supposed to. Stand on my money like Kareem in the post. I want the most, like can't you see we winners? Judge tried to give our asses the most. My best friend serving 10 year TV dinners. Why you think I never laugh at your jokes? And off the time I mean mugging, you don't see me grinning? You wanna meet the plug, but mo, I'm trying to be that nigga. That's why I play the game cold like a DC winner. Singing birds don't come by my window. I got some swans on the floor. And what you want, I got that shit for the low. My Detroit partner got that shit that you blow. And I be sipping too much of it, but I'm gone. Screaming free fleas, I can't wait till you home. But with my brothers every day on the phone. And that money right here waiting for you. This shit ain't alone, it's off the strength, blood, muscle, and bone. Got it off the stress weed, broken flip phones, me and the homies have needs, so we kicked in the dough. Going through shit, I'd rather cry on my own. These people don't really know who I am. They just know the destruction I can. No will do, for my fam, I keep a hammer if winning the exam.
For the same reasons. We're soldiers. Soldiers don't go to hell. It's war. Soldiers are killing the soldiers.
Blew a 50 on the duelle with girlie out in LA. Tryna stick me, gotta get up early in the Tebe. Go yard scully, gazing at the stars in the cully. It's still hell block, hully gully. Gift wrapped them brickies, then we kidnapped them slippies. 40s on deck like a 6-pack of Mickeys. Name heavy in the street. As a rose gold Philippe came fully AP. Now I need a Richie. Wasn't taken till I hit it with the G-Rizzy. Watched it come together, full circle, did a 360. Cut it with the lactose and get a free 50. Reeking the secondhand crack smoking, cheap whiskey, ghost Glock in my waist. Made a killing off the north, spot so hot, got the paint peeling off the walls. Quarter half brick, whole brick, I can move it all. Auntie wanna quit, getting sick, going through the drugs. Where we at?
I stayed home for a week, I ain't touched nothing. And next week, I was smoking again.
It's contagious. Isn't that right?
I want to better my life, you know? I don't want to be running around the street, getting high, you know, not caring about my whereabouts, myself, my personal hygiene.
No matter how great a saint you are, if you hang around, goodness.
Every song is a homicide. My breath of fresh air is formaldehyde. Just let the album ride. I'm back in the zone in 2009. You in the browsing lines. I'm watching you niggas with Malcolm eyes. Death from 1,000 lines. Accurate, don't need a voucher mine. This little pouch of crime. Sticky pack charging me alkaline. Fuck up your mouth design. Predator vision, the falcon flying. I'm coming out to climb. Hakeem, Diesel, and y'all combine. All of my outfit shine. Heavy on rock, subtraction time. Clarity crystal clear. That's how I know a bitch in there. Been coolin', time to stir the pot. Dapper Dan did the kitchenware. Now listen here, my motherfucking business, I choose to disappear. Ready, don't gotta get prepared. This is my rags to riches year. No more faking now. You normal face a clown, I got better. Terror to all your minds, the Norman Bates are now. He don't wanna shake with the dog, leave my paws on the spaceship now. Gotta leave my mark on the town where they normalize hate and foul. 4-4 out the truck. Around here they don't give a fuck, I'm all about a buck. I think it's time we live it up, you shit fresh out of luck. Lou and Ferragamo buckled up, the coppers wanna cuff us, but we got lawyers to rough them up.
Strapped to the T, the fact that the trap was tapping with me. I spent 2019 putting rappers back on their feet. A stack on the seat I made from pushing crack on the street. But when I drop, it's gonna feel like LeBron back on the East, and y'all suckers be playing. Inside the whip is butter pecan. 3 boxes from Los, we rich again if one of these land. OG with stripes like a bumblebee. I'm humbly saying, I get your family kidnapped by waving one of these hands. Yeah. Niggas talk that gangsta shit until it happened. Come through shooting backwards, blew through traffic like the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, all my hoes exclusive with abusive habits. And me and Blue don't get no passes till we see you in action. That's how they take it. Soon as you make it, it hurt them worse when you exceed expectations. I'm hearing screams from the graveyard. In my interviews, they tell me explain more. It's simple, I took the risk and it paid off. Griselda.
4-4 out the truck. Around here they don't give a fuck, I'm all about a buck. I think it's time we live it up, you shit fresh out of luck. Lou and Ferragamo buckled up, the coppers wanna cuff us, but we got lawyers to rough them up. I'm hunting, there's infrareds involved. Stacked up against me, I severed odds. You teaching who by what? Hang my pick up in your seminars. Carry forever scars. Fucks winning like if you never lost. 357 laws. Take a beer down like no night I met off. 3 to 4 advances get you all some dances. I've been a champ, it's just the more I do, the more semantics. You hot shit on your campus, ain't no awkward answers. Stay out of motions, deaf and pussies like Newports and cancer. Merchandise to burn up and CDs to trample on. My flawless record made my ego big, need me an Amazon. In camera form, they shun my name too long. Maybe the panel's wrong, she out of line, you better check her shit worker with flannels worn. 18 years old, I was golden brown with the tats covered. Classic material crumbled up in my scrap bucket. Stumbled onto one of my demos, caught a relapse from it. Born to rise, my work till this day that made me immortalized. 4-4 out the truck. Around here they don't give a fuck, I'm all about a buck. I think it's time we live it up, you shit fresh out of luck. Lou and Ferragamo buckled up, the coppers wanna cuff us, but we got lawyers to rough them up.
Duffel bag with the V patches, all A's so they let me teach classes. I beat asses, stump faces with the Asics. Coming up for air, but all they got was radiation. Got them running to be the best, but they legs amputated. Donated related to patients that's activated. I don't hang with niggas that be seeming federated, celebrating wins around people that dream nauseation. Ew. They sick of you winning all in your splendor. Surrender all your agendas. I'm endorsed by a charter member. I can see it in your eyes. You not built to catch glasses. My jacket costs what you spent in your whole past tense. The chances slim. Vic Shady. My spit game ill like a sick baby. I kick rabies. Wasn't a poop putt in the 80s. Smoking out my nephew Charger when he get home from the Navy. Cloudy skies, so I pull out the gray sneakers. I just heard your raps. The culture will never need them to lead them. Get these shits out of here. Lyrical pit bulls, release them shits. They gon' growl with the big drool. The ratchet do more than a kick pool. I just kick it by the pool. I'm in the hood with the ocean view. I'm cool, babe. Everything new, your sneakers reuse. Eject it. Drag your body with the trench necklace.
Smash hotties with bodies voluptuous. Comfy on the Versace comforter. Tommy gun puncture, Dolce Gabbana puffer. Aquatic marijuana puffer, chop product up. I'm a hustler. Mercedes-Benz Brabus without the top to cover. Rocks by the cluster, got diamond dust. Iceberg top with the Donald Duck. If only my style could be bottled up. Customers will form a line around the sun. When it comes to this knowledge, I'm a sponge. Go get your conscience expunged. Comments will make me come and chop your tongue. Rock 'em the one. I got more seeds in hip-hop than the Whopper bun. Thick bitch fetishes, fed to Pegasus, similar to Megan. They said everything's bigger in Texas. I guess it's all about perception. I'm perfection. Control my destiny in my head on some Professor X shit. Lit off the heckler out the X6. Exodus. Your spirit just left your skeleton.
Look, I don't fraternize with you rapping guys. Cause all the facts denied leading down on your path of lies. I strategize, y'all niggas react like a bunch of battered wives. Some niggas have to die, I won't leave till I'm satisfied. Real shit. The oyster perpetual with the day and date. You played it safe, what happens to beefing when all the cattle die? Where's that? The key lime daiquiris keep me alkalized. Your whole pack is in danger, soon as the alpha cries. I galvanize, the hungriest killer, son is a thriller. I'm an expert when it comes to gorillas. Slumped in your villas, how I left you. That's how I left you. Everything I spit is celestial, otherworldly, vision specialist, almost extraterrestrial. Give me space, cause I move at a pace you couldn't get next to. Ancestral, blood of a fallen king I passed to my nephew. Say my name, I'ma take it in blood. Came from the mud, God bless you. Better pray for some love, haters a judge, nigga. God bless you. Haters a judge, nigga. God bless you.
Wanna see me fail, I tell them keep watching. Trying to throw some muscle on a weak profit. Come through smashing cans like I'm Steve Austin. Speak currency fluent, none of this cheap talking. Always felt the hate, now I handle the love. The fiends dropping, couldn't handle the drugs. I got the tapes to make the managers run. It's Canada, son. Brown bag, money, Andrea Cons. Oh shit, can't fuck with it this. Need cups full of crisp. Mo wet, getting drunk on the strip. They set me up to get stuck for my chips. They plans failed, they got stuck for their chips. Goddamn, I used to be past broke. Now I make the cash flow. Bucket melt his face out the bag coat. I'm in chef mode, coke with the lab coat. Ride through the harbor, all black, fiberglass boat. Blood in the rain, real rugby from Spain. Buckets in the alleyways, needles stuck in their vein. Dreams of new Jags, that's 100 and change. Till then we gon' suffer the pain. So what you do? Smoke a blunt in the rain. Ralph Rugby from Spain. Buckets in the alleyways, needles stuck in their vein. Dreams of new Jags, that's 100 and change. Till then we gon' suffer the pain. Brown bag money.
I'm a Blackfoot Cherokee, which means I'm aboriginal. My scripture sound biblical, this nigga ain't fictional. My testimony ain't fabricated. Mama threw my crown on the day I was activated. Radio Raheem with a dream to be the GOAT. Line for line, I'm probably that, and if not, I'm coming close. The South Bronx was my incubator. Tired of being poor, threw a baby in incinerator. Too many nights, empty plates at the dinner table. Ain't nothing new, cause she been unstable. Her cousins and her uncles put something in her navel. Now she physically abused and she mentally disabled. I touch the canvas with my paintbrush. Jean Desiree, Gustave Courbet, I paint the same stuff. If it ain't real, I can't write it, cause my eyes have never seen it. And most the shit I don't agree with, cunts gave me light. It's a must I illuminate. Set the course when I'm pissed off, I fumigate. Fire from my nostrils, the way I speak the gospel. I should have apostles, instead I'm in a brothel. Message in a bottle, I throw it in the ocean. The theme is my devotion, poetry in motion. So let the cameras run. My life's a movie, I'm Mr. Miyagi. Call me Danielson.
Yo, check it out. Evidence, Dilated People, Rhyme Says, Live and Direct. Chilla Flavor, Kevlar, DJ 360, my peoples. Take it personal.
Yo, get it's what I better do. True, I'ma set it too. Never picked a better day to be a better you. I got a crew of the solo when they rollin'. My story's like a mystery and this'll be my moment. Found the hardest truth in life is that the truth ain't told. Find myself between the lines of what I write and ain't fold. I'm a problem child, face a lot of karma waiting. Killing the drama that could harbor Satan. Saying nothing to me, so I'm truly unapologetic. First I get a little sound, then I start to set it. Still an up and comer, playing to the rhythm of the drummer. Dumb and Dumber in the trunk, we got another summer. I got the funk from the California coastline, from a place that I'm hanging up the haze from a clothesline. I'm like a ghost when I post before showtime. Adios, make a toast and I close mine. Get it's what I better do. True, I'ma set it too. Never picked a better day to be a better you. I got a crew, other solo when they rollin'. My story's like a mystery and this'll be my moment. If the world turns their back, then I'm up against the wall. I ain't falling, I follow the call. I hear voices, I make choices, decide outcomes. Things I say about me, people thinks about them. I'm out for nothing new, the sun already made it all. I played the wall long enough, it's hard to say it all. Simply to state it best, I've been tested. Couple left they marks, couple left impressions. I hit the session at the top of the morn. My chord progression go directions that are not for the norm. I like to do old tricks and be about it, not doubt it. And when I hit send, I'm done, not rerouted. Up in a cloud of smoke, till it fade, then about to approach. I save the roach, rainy days upon us, and say the most, saying that we honest. Feelings that are never left. Everyday dealings, demons don't sleep, never rest. Nevertheless, just the greatest sign. Hit the stage, say the rhyme, that's a state of mind. Get it's what I better do. True, I'ma set it too. Never picked a better day to be a better you. I got a crew, other solo when they rollin'. My story's like a mystery and this'll be my moment.
And say, children, what is it on? What is it on? What is it on?
Till you die in your sleep. The second time, Renaissance. It's blood orange leaking, Clementine, never mind. You cut corners, speak with 7 times. Metatron, I'm the prince of the world, the youth. The legend was cool, my temperature swelled till it burned the roof. Niggas jail because I blow it back too. I was bird to move. When will you bird? Niggas learn the rules. Niggas fell because they always act rude. They say the table is set, bet I never take less. Had the debt or the stress, yes. Let's celebrate death. Flip you like child line. That's how I got mine. The only bad press is peeling my nine without trying. I got the Google in the hum, I'm not lying. All pieces looking like Muhammad speaking the Quran. You reading the Quran, I recite even on Shabbat, no days off. Went from beefing to sleeping on the cot to sleeping on the Siemens in the skyscraper in Phoenix with a savant. She sucked the light beams off the sun. Off the sun. We finna shockwave niggas out the way. Too many information highway niggas, I ain't a play. I blockchain niggas out the game. Too many information highway niggas riding the wave. Shockwave niggas out the way. Too many information highway niggas, I ain't a play. I blockchain niggas out the game. Too many information highway niggas riding the wave.
Chillin' with some bro with a bat-faced girl in the midst of a cool summer. Tell it to my heart. Personal is how they take it. Nowadays the verbalist spit verses with an ounce of greatness. Working in an album, making circuit shorter every Saturday. Just the tippers getting bumped a bit. A long run made short. 360's a DJ, Roger's the announcer. Kevlar and Jason Gloss speaking on for hours. Got the freshest blends, interviews and all of that. Black Thought and J. Rue in the almanac. Providing insight to the classics we love. Breaking it all down. The rap anatomy plus me. I'm simply chillin', appreciating the freshness. Thanks to taking personal radio is the message. I'm reppin' Fort Wayne to portray the life that I lead. The dope rapper, day job, a wife and some seeds. The most delicious gold is dropping in 2021. With an outcome of dopeness with plenty fun. You're tuned in to Take It Personal Radio. The dopest podcast for those who think that it's long lost. Long last is here. Dopest.
Cause in my physical I can't express. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete
Ask my friends, I traffic in the ways of lunacy, cause these days that's the only way I make it through the week. I face the world's craziness by acting crazy and going nuts just to stay sane, and that's the way it works. My job is something I love, but I need boundaries, cause otherwise the stress floods and then I'm drowning deep. Not even sleep can keep me afloat. Anxiety dream tentacles that reach for my throat, and those suction cups take the shape of my fears. Disappointment showing up in the faces of peers, cause if I don't plan to delete stress, I'll leave a complete mess. And I don't wanna breathe it with regret. Some days it's simple as just doing the laundry, something to complete because the undone haunts me. If I could see I made a difference even in the slightest, then that can serve to loosen up some of this tightness.
Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress, delete stress, delete stress. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress, delete stress, delete stress. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress.
Check Republican mics and I am hefting some luggage, emotional baggage. I drag it with some effort above. I'm feeling like a desolate puppet. Death is destined to crush him, but the medicine cupboard cabinet stashes pessimist rubbish. Intestines are twisted and cursed. Endurance is tested. Never fond of drowning. No selective bourbon to bless it. Sometimes I purchase will beckon. I flick my phone and check the gram, but the shine fades fast and I return to land. Damn, another time when I am still here and unchanged, doing what I can where I am and not become stained. A few plans to do dope things with quality folk, not penning another note I solemnly wrote. My policy notes to go the route that I feel, and that's whether or not it has an ounce of appeal. So raps are written in the down times and in betweens, not for Francis's Abigail's and in-betweens, but just
in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress.
You know what I'm saying, man?
Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress, delete stress. Cause in my physical I can't express through song. Delete stress, delete stress.
Sometimes something so simple as slowing my stride helps. I recognizing I can't do it by myself, but old patterns have more than 9 lives, and bold habits sink claws in my hide, and there are corners no caffeine can quite reach. A zombified stupor stumbling with eyes bleak. Excitement fades and what I'm left with is just me, trudging through a path that I passively chose, and that's how it goes until I make it a change. But dysfunction is familiar, so I stay in that lane, driven in the rut, simply changing my pace up. Trapped by myself, so I stay in today's sludge. Defeat is seeking deepest, sliding in a handbasket. Patient wears thin, actor fantastic. That's it. Another self-talk with some stern words, same ones that I used before, but I burn worse. One of these days, man.
I want to thank Peter Rosenberg for stopping by. I told him it was going to be about a 40-minute interview. It went to 2 hours and 10 minutes, kind of like all of our interviews. And trust me, we could probably have nerded out for another hour or two just talking sports and hip-hop. Really cool cat. To all the people making good music, this show, this particular show in general, is for you. And all those people that grew up in the 80s and 90s, well, our next few shows are going to be for you. We try to give everybody something they could appreciate, and a lot of cats our age, well, not Andre's, but our age. I'm just joking. It's like the running joke.
Yeah, slammed tonight. It's all right.
You know, you need new music, and you don't have time. And like you heard in the interview, you know, as we get older, time is very limited. So this show is going to give you the cheat code to the dope new music that's out there. I want to thank all of our supporters, all the Patreon members. Again, we do this for you, and we hope you're proud.
All right, folks. Gloss, as you said, man, hell of an interview with Rosenberg. Really appreciate all the time he spent with us and all the hard work he does putting together and keeping things moving on the hip-hop front, sports and wrestling. And I will say this, though, as Gloss said, we got some tricks up the sleeve. And, you know, it's that time of year, summertime, right? Think about all the different things we've done in years past. We always have some type of theme, some type of really cool thing that you remember from each summer, right? We had West Coast Classics. We had the Native Tongues tribute. We did the
Hyro.
The Hyro tributes. And then what was that thing? The 3-episode crossovers. That's right. Yep. And I think last year it was
95.
The 95 tribute, right? That was that went from like summer all the way to fucking through fall.
That was a fatty banger. That was like
shit,
a
5 episodes.
Yeah.
I think I got my tax returns filed and back by the time we were done with that fucker. Anyway, are you opening the pack 88 tops, you cocksucker?
In a minute. First of all, let's break this shit down. I mean, listen, this is episode 88. We had a great interview. And at the end of the day, listen, this is why we do this shit. Summertime is here. And I am going to fucking work my ass off to get shows out quicker. We are going to throw out some more content. That's what it's all about. And at the end of the day, I'm going to fucking make y'all proud. So, Jay, rip open that 88 fucking pack you got going on. This is my favorite year in hip-hop. It is apropos for what we're doing tonight. Rip it open. Let's see what's going. Let's see what's there.
I'm predicting. Everybody predict one card. I'm predicting a Pedro Guerrero.
So last show I opened up an 87 pack. This is episode 88. The album cover or the podcast cover is the wax cover to the pack. Let's see. Give me 1 second.
It's a nice sound.
Here we go.
Fresh piece of gum in there.
Fresh piece. Oh, I don't know if it's fresh.
Go in one piece.
Holy shit. All right.
Let's see him.
Jim Presley. Remember this fucking pedophile from the Mariners? This
fucking pedo. Everybody in the 80s that played baseball looked like they would work at like fucking
Target,
Lowe's, or Home Depot today.
All right, I'm going to just go through real quick. Lewis.
Can't even pronounce the name.
Agallo.
From the Phillies. Some of these names, I don't even know who some of these guys are.
Butch Wagner.
Nah, I don't know if it's Wagner.
I don't know how the fuck you say that. Yeah,
Denny Walling.
All right, I remember Denny Walling.
Yeah, we all know Denny Walling.
Yeah, he's another pedo.
Yeah. I believe he finger banged a bitch in the 8th inning of the Astros playoff game. And, all right, look. Here is Brett Saberhagen.
Saberhagen, nice. There you go.
Saberhagen from the Royals. Bob Kipper from the Pirates.
Yeah, Bob Kipper.
Let's see. We got Jim Aker. Holy shit. What'd you just say?
Pedro fucking Guerrero, bitch.
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
We got a Pedro.
Wow.
What are the odds?
You were pulling
Kevin's the Nostradamus of hip-hop right now.
Holy shit. We got
told you, bro.
Guerrero. You know, he hit 27 home runs in 87 with 89
If you want
RBIs.
tomorrow's Powerball numbers, hit me up.
A's, we got Steve Henderson, not to be confused with Ricky or Dave.
Yeah.
Got the mustache.
There's a lot of Hendersons in the A's.
Tim Leary. Did this guy die on a boat?
Was that Tim Leary?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe so. Tim Cruise. That was Tim Gooden. Boom. Dwight Gooden. Wow.
Doc Gooden
card.
One. Doyle Anderson.
Doyle
All
Anderson.
the Tigers. I would loved a Lance Parrish or a Matt Noakes, and then we got a Roger McDowell. Piece of Roger
McDowell, another
last
Matt.
card. Jose Rejo. Now,
now
he pitched
he
for
was
the
a red.
Athletics. He was a red.
Yeah.
So in 1990, he pitched for the Reds, and they swept the A's. So look, that's it.
Drop that Gooden and McDowell in an envelope. Shoot it to Georgia.
I'll put it in a penny sleeve. Send it to you, guys. It's been a fun show. It's been a long show. The music, I think, Dre. When we did the music, we're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a quick show."
Yeah.
But the interview, man.
Interview just throws it over the top.
Good stuff, man. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Listen to some new music. Support these artists. Go cop that Rosenberg album Real Late. It's really, really good. I'm not saying it because he was on the show. There is something for everybody on there. And a rejuvenated Method Man.
And a great dude.
A good dude. A misunderstood dude. I'm going to say that. I think a lot of people have preconceived notions, maybe that they don't follow certain things that he does, and they get stuck on something that maybe he had said years ago, or what have you. But a really good dude.
Smart dude, hip-hop enthusiast, knows the culture. Listen, this is the guy you get behind.
He didn't know about the Little Brother record. I'm gonna didn't know about that. He said, whatever you say, it wasn't the right answer. But,
so I think tonight was the first time we had Peter on. I have a feeling he'll join us again in the future, and I think we need to set up some type of battle royale, stump the Schwab, Gloss versus Rosenberg, like fucking what was that battle from Game of Thrones? Like the Hound versus the Hound versus whatever. It'll be epic, dude.
Speaking of epic, check out this T-shirt. Take Your Personal Radio, Ode to
Sopranos.
Nice. Guys, make sure you support the merch. Make sure you support the show. This is what it's all about. Please get on Patreon. We appreciate everything you guys do. We're here for the listeners.
Hey, we want to say thanks again to all our listeners that continue to support and show love to the show. To our Patreon supporters, a special shout out goes to you. If you aren't a Patreon supporter, it's easy. Just one click on our website and make your pledge. Who else gives you this kind of time and energy? I think we've earned our stripes. So let's ring in the summer together, bumping the sounds of your favorite podcast. Take Your Personal Radio.
Don't let what I said go over your head like stones on my neck. Wreck the rose, broke a leg, rose from the dead. For bread to toast, knock the yolk out your egg. The pole too big for cold check. Put your light out quick like a roach clip. Before I wrote the shit, I went on a toll trip. The nose on the pimp, got the cold drip. Hoes submit, they thought I touched your shoulder with the Vulcan grip. I'm back and I'm better than ever. Feds trying to catch us weird than Nebuchadnezzar. It's just a Tesla, it's just a test run. Don't accept any replicas. Niggas is really regular. As you can see, I done leveled up. Medicine in the cup with a 7-Up. Every line run like 7 and up. You can tell I'm cut, I'm not sus. I make it hot for mom with a bus. A God we trust. Mixed the Bacardi with the punch. Pop the trunk, we got army guns. Once I let off the shotty, the party done. You sling cocaine. Sling it in the hallway. Sling it in the hallway. My fur coat is heroin gray. Used to sit counting my chips, watching the heroin play. Now I'm not rich, my niggas swear that I'm paid. Eat your food with the Uzi, niggas straight entree. About to make a run after I calculate these funds. Yeah, that dick have a passing bread, my mouth make her come. Selling ounces in the sun, in front of houses in the slum. Living life to the beat and bounce to the drums. 7-8 the streets while I marinate the beef. The strong will survive, yeah, we burying the weak. Rhyming for my change, white diamonds for the flames. Smoking zones in my house, not trying to go insane. Louis slippers, crib like a movie, nigga. Dookie dripper, all suede couch with the coochie pillars. Stripes like Adidas, hoes hype when they meet us. All ice on the fingers, 4 pipes on the beamer. As a freshman, I was playing dice with the seniors. Now we texting, they let me know the price for the stinger. Red 911, while the feds trying to snatch 30 pounds of that bullshit. The dreads try to catch me. Hibachi while I'm high, beats dropping out the sky. Every time I'm at the light, heat popping out the ride.